Oh crap!
I just think that there's
You
more
missed it. I
to.
saw it. I saw it. Great. I saw it. It was there.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought it was so cute.
I missed it.
I was so focused on watching the intro that I forgot we were going live. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
This is we're doing our show. We're like, oh, I didn't see you there. We were just about to play some D&D.
Yeah, hey,
opening.
how's it going? We were enjoying the new the special intro for today.
Oh,
Yay! Are you double live, Vivka? Are you double live?
No, but it takes like a literal second. I could be.
Oh, okay. I just thought you were. So
You could be.
I am.
Hi,
I
we're
am
live.
not together. I'll go. I will do it. I will do the thing.
we're live, everyone. Hi, welcome to the season 1 finale of the Gaxx Pack. I feel like I should be like,
What? Ah, yeah.
yeah.
That is exactly how you should be.
I
Oh,
should.
thank God I muted. I
all the
would have
time.
destroyed you all. I'm
Well, welcome to the Gaxx Pack. We're an ongoing Dungeons & Dragons adventure brought to you by Gary Con, the channel that you're watching right now, which is an annual game convention celebrating the life and works of Gary Gygax, the father of role-playing games, the co-creator of Dungeons & Dragons. We're gonna jump into it. We've got a returning cast member today for the finale. Abria Iyengar. Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey, I know her.
Fresh back from my Druidicide Squad mission.
Yes, I can't wait to hear about the Druidicide Squad mission.
It's so good to be back. I love you guys so much.
You tell us who you're playing today and what level.
Yeah, I've never been on a stream before. Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar playing Karina, your Vidalcan Circle of Stars druid.
Yes. Were you there when Snacks discovered that she was also a druid?
Yeah.
I was a part of maintaining the horrifying illusion
Yes,
that she
that's
was
right.
in fact
Okay.
a druid.
What do you mean illusion? This
What was that? I turn into a small bird and fly away.
I know that you haven't been around. Nobody has told me otherwise.
Good.
It's still there.
She's a great and powerful druid.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did find a necklace of druid craft that happened to go on Snacks' neck to help permanently keep the illusion alive. Just don't ever take that necklace off.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
When we were in that dope garden that I don't know why everyone hated because it was fine, I think.
Nice flowers.
Just problem.
The reason that happened was because I put the necklace on and I was like, I want to do an arcane check on this. And you were like, okay. And I was like, I just want you to know, I know nothing about magic. And I rolled and I got a 1, but I have a -1 stat. So I got a 0.
Which loops back around and makes you
Like,
a savant.
It makes you-
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Like
all
infinite
right,
awareness.
I utterly and completely believe with every ounce of my being that I am a druid.
Understand intrinsically. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ignorance is bliss. So
I expected that to be a 5-minute joke, not 5 months.
Life comes at you fast.
That's true.
Which is honestly the first thing all druids learn.
Yep.
You're good. You're
Literally.
like, oh, he's going to.
Because you're gonna summon it. Yes.
Jason, sorry, it's been a hot minute since we've all been together. So this
I know, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get through the intro.
It's gonna be like today, Betty.
Our next player is Eliza Pearl. Hi.
Hi.
I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you.
I know.
I know, right?
Goodness gracious. I'm Elisa Pearl. I'm on Twitter and the Instagrams at Elisa Pearl. And I'm playing Javi, an Air Genasi celestial warlock who's very bookish and also can be very scary sometimes.
Yes, very much so.
But who's your character?
B. Dave knows the truth. Javi is.
Don't kill Vivka.
And I am Javi. Yeah.
Love you both.
Adriana Cazador, tell us about your character and you.
Hello. Hi. My name is Adriana. I play as Grath, the Tiefling Ranger, she's changed in those caverns. She was kind of the nervous leader, but now she's like, no, we're getting out of here, let's get paid. She kind of got a little warped in there, but yes, so that is my character.
All right, awesome. B. Dave Walters returning with Thanato. You were at Gamehole Con last week.
I was conventionizing. I was out dwelling amongst the people, and it was great. So hello, and thank you to everybody who came up to say hello. Yes, B. Dave Walters, to say words about things. You can find me all over the interwebs, wherever fine streaming content can be located. But here today, I am playing the glorious Thanato, who is a reborn divination wizard grave cleric. And apparently there is a rumor that I'm wearing haunted undergarments, to which I can only say, maybe.
Just so you know, we didn't actually, we only said that to each other. You just told them.
And I know what this is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
now canon.
Now it's canon. Once you say it, once you say it in
I don't know.
chat, it's canon now.
No one's checked. Not even him. I mean, no one ever thought to ask where those spirits were coming from with the spirit shroud coming and go. I'm like, had to be keeping them somewhere. You know, makes sense.
I hate that I now have the visual of just Thanato being like, and just shooting out like
the material
welcome.
component
You're
is
welcome.
a thong, and that's important.
Exactly. Well, hey, and the somatic component is like,
Hey!
you know, twerk team, draft twerk team.
You got the first boxers of binding.
We haven't seen each other in a while, Jason, so this is the way it's going to be today.
I love
I'm
it.
sorry,
No, it's
man.
great. It's great.
Also, for the record,
Loving these items.
if every man alive who has worn underwear that were too small is aware of the boxers of binding. So yeah,
Boxes
that's
of
all.
binding. Or
You have to
briefs
castrate
of
her
binding.
chonies.
Yikes, that's the worst.
Yep.
You
Right.
support -1 blood.
Yep.
Negative. Well, anyway.
Negative
All right,
1 to dex, minus
Eric
1 to dex,
Campbell.
minus 1 to con. Yep.
Eric Campbell, take it from here, Eric, please.
Oh,
Gentle-
is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so my name is 16-Bit Eric, or at least that's my handle across all the socials and Twitch and Twitter and stuff like that. And I'm playing Leaf, the full-blooded orc monk of mercy and peace. And and I honestly, being a monk, I think it's entirely possible that that Leaf goes commando, which would have been hazardous last game in particular, because if y'all remember, I went full like Captain Kirk and got my clothes shredded from an explosion, but exposing delicious rippling orc abs. But I think by now I'm clothed again. Yeah.
Okay. I dig it.
Yeah.
And of course, Snacks. Vidvika.
Hey.
Hi, tell us about Snacks and you and making it through.
Hello, everyone. I am Vivid Vivka. I play Snacks. She is a 2.5 foot tall, 30-pound kobold barbarian. We figured out that she's totally swole and can lift 450 pounds.
Yeah.
Every game is the gun show here.
Yeah.
With these noodly arms. But yeah, I mostly hang out on Twitter and TikTok. In fact, I'm doing TikTok live on the side right now. So you can see me talk as I talk, and it will not sync up and it will be weird. But yeah, that's me. I'm here. I'm present.
All right. Excellent. And I am Jason Charles Miller. I'm your dungeon master. I'm Jason Charles Miller on all the socials except for Twitter. I'm Jason C. Miller because my name's too long. All right. Let's talk a little bit about our sponsors really quick. Our sponsors are, of course, Warriors of Waterdeep. I know there's people coming in to get codes. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. The code's posted at the bottom there. We love you guys. Norse Foundry, who makes these awesome JCM black metal die with my
those are super
glow
cool
in the dark, which I went by Geeky Tees the other day, and they told me that they had completely sold out of them. So
hey,
gnarly.
Nice.
Hey.
and then Dwarven, they're ordering more, and of course Dwarven Forge, Battle Terrain Makers Extraordinaire. Really quick, I want to talk about how you as the audience can participate. You can participate with fate points. So what we have are, since we're live and you can help influence the game a little bit, for every 3,000 bits donated, you will give our players a fate point. A point will go into the fate point pool. When they have that, they can grab a point out and use it for a reroll, whether it's a saving throw or an action, or really any action. So that can really help them today, as it is the season finale. So I've got some things planned.
Yeah.
Let's just say
If
that.
that bard shows up, I'm killing him. Just saying.
Okay.
I got an evil book of planar binding. Just
The last thing he's gonna hear before it gets shoved down his throat is "I'm a magic boat," and then we're gonna activate.
As the
Oh,
boat
yeah,
gets
Karina.
shoved down his throat.
Karina hasn't even seen the boat. We're like obligated. Like,
Oh
we
my God.
must deploy the boat.
There
Yeah.
may be a point when the boat is needed, so you can.
Oh man.
Then you don't necessarily
Yeah.
have to push
Oh,
that
boy.
I
button.
was about to say,
Bold
bold of you to
assumption.
assume there's moments when the boat is not needed.
Yeah.
But okay.
Dave and I are on the same team. We're both like bold to assume. Bold assumptions.
Yeah, Bria, we know you've been busy, but we don't know if you've seen that appears to be the most popular song from the whole show. Is
It's
Nobody tell
catchy
her.
as hell, Jason.
Nobody tell her.
Yes.
It's catchy as hell, and we love the boat. The
Yeah.
boat's been good to us.
I did work on maybe beating it today, so we'll see.
Oh, okay. All right. Challenge accepted. High level play going on now.
Yeah. All right. So our characters, the Gaxx Pack, work for Ganzerg's interdimensional delivery service and security company. They travel to just about every different realm of Dungeons and Dragons that you've heard of, and maybe a few that you haven't. But right now, they had just completed their mission, and so they are back on the Adamantine Fortress, the Adamantine traveling fortress that's controlled by Ganzerg's mind. And you're now just you're lounging around in your you've turned in the lanthorn that you got from your last quest, and you're just relaxing right now, just trying. You've got a moment's peace. So you were all just sort of in your lounge that's attached to your quarters, just chilling out.
Leaf in any possible moment, Leaf is going to be spending time outdoors, like on a balcony or wherever, to like meditate or whatever. But if we're indoors doing the thing now, it's fine. But like ever since leaving that cave, Leaf has been trying to spend as much time outside as possible.
Well, you're in currently. The ship mainly resides in the plane of limbo.
Right.
But there
So
are
not necessarily
areas.
a good place.
There are areas of the ship that at least feel big, and the ceilings are very high, and the
Sure.
the biggest common area. So I'm sure that's probably where you would spend as much of your time as you could.
Yeah.
And you could always maybe convince some of the high level wizards that live there to make an illusion for you for a little while as well.
I was about to
I
say,
wouldn't
is
wanna
there any
try.
rooms with like forest illusions or like the illusion of stars in the sky? Because Grath will be in that room.
Definitely. So
Okay.
I feel like Snacks is just like totally fine. She's in like the center area, and she has like a nail file that's like this big, and she's like holding her foot and just filing like her talons because she hasn't been able to do any maintenance for a while.
much to
taking
your
care of her
surprise,
beasts.
returning from her Druicide squad mission, you see Karina just waltzing on into the main area.
It's gotta be okay. It's me and like 4 other druids. We are covered, like our bodies are covered with these like swirls and whorls of like raised scarification, like nature patterns. We're like picking leaves out of our hair and like breaking bits of like patches of fur and naturey detritus and walking in slow motion. And like I turn and see the group and I go, and it's just a big record scratch. And I'm like, oh, my reds! And then just sprint away from them and run to you all.
I feel like you like reach back, push one of the ground. Like,
I pushed one to the ground who wasn't in the way, but I did it anyway.
I'm just totally picturing like the slow motion tombstone walk, the badass walk
Yes,
down the street,
yes.
and then the record scratch, and you go, oh my god! It's like,
100% that's what it is. It's
Great
like,
character.
yes,
Yeah.
she's gone on a very cool epic adventure and is different. Oh my god, my friends. And then just runs over.
Nice.
You're alive. Oh, hello. I don't remember the accent I did before. So it's just this now.
Snacks literally turns into a cartoon. Her head falls back, and she like does just this howl screech of joy, her tongue flicking, and it's just
Yeah.
like so happy. And she just puts her little nail file down and just and launches right into your arms and just becomes a front pack.
Yes, good. Karina does her best to not fall over. Just, hi, I missed you so much. How are you alive? Did you all find the lanthorn, which is how you say lantern if you're magical? Did you find it? Are you okay? Did anyone die? Is everyone here?
Grath picks up a leaf that you dropped from the ground and just holds it like gingerly. Yeah, we survived. It's been an experience. We're alive. We found the lanthorn. There's explosions, lots and lots of tunnels and caves. A blue dragon at some point.
What was there for the dragon? I remember that. Oh, did anything happen with the dragon? I know.
Snacks like pulls herself back and she's like, oh my god, actually like so much happened. So we found like this like really weird like lizard man, and he was like and he like told us to go into the plane, and we were underground for like ever. Everyone else cared. I didn't really care. It was nice. But I found like the blue dragon again, and he said that he was actually calling out my number, and it was really cool. And I think there was a moment, but I'm not sure. There was kind of another charm incident, but I think we're working through that. Anyway, and then there was like all of this. We killed so many people, but honestly, they deserved it. Also, we got a boat, and like the boat can get really, really small, and you push the button and it sings it in different octaves. And in fact, a lot of people were singing, and there's just we like found a lantern. Oh yeah, guess what? I accidentally I picked up a book, and I got us in many fights in a row, and I'm still really sorry about that. And oh god, and apparently like the natto has haunted pansies, and there's so much happening. Oh my god, it's so good to see you. And I forgot to breathe.
Oh, okay. I just druid craft just a little breeze, just to give her a little extra air.
At that very moment,
Druid oxygen.
An elderly male gnome on that seems to be on his way right to you, and you recognize him as Graxim Sipplewhipple, the one of the tinkerers that works here in the fortress. And he says, "Oh, Snacks, I got, while you were gone, the package arrived for you. Here you go.
My
Go get something to eat, but I'm glad I saw you because I was tired of carrying this around. But here you go."
Snacks leaps off, does like a little jump and grabs it. Oh, grazie, baby. Thank you so much. I've been waiting for this. Sorry, I've been gone for like a year.
It was only felt like a couple of weeks to me, but what do I know? Time is an illusion. It's a flat circle. It's a square peg in a round hole. I don't know what I'm talking about.
One more shake.
It's all very fascinating. And she just turns and
okay.
Snacks has this bag that is about half as big as her. It's about half a kobold high, and she drags it over, and she's like, so everyone, Karina, it's actually great that you're here. So I kind of got gifts for everyone because we have so much money, and I don't really know what to spend it on, but I figure at one point we probably missed a Christmas or something, so I got everyone gifts. Can I give gifts?
Oh, Snacks, that is so sweet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Have we met? Hi.
Oh no. Hi. Yes, I'm
Karina.
Javi.
It's so nice to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, and I got to also charm a dragon. But I was very nervous because I was like following in your footsteps.
Oh no, you're great. Was it the blue dragon? That's
Yes,
a little.
it was the blue dragon.
Oh my gosh.
And I left a little note after. I think maybe there's something between these two.
I thought there was something there.
Right?
Now I was off on a mission and doing a bunch of dragon stuff. So if that pops up again, I have some like good recommendations on like date spots, just general vibes. We could talk about it later. I have like I took a lot of notes, so I don't know. I don't want to bore you with like book stuff.
We should set up a dragon Snacks date.
And you can
love
for
you.
Javi with book stuff.
Oh no, I love book stuff. Yes, give me all the books. I work in the library usually, but then I got assigned to this.
That's where I've seen you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, well, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey.
Well, Snacks, what are the gifts that you're going to give out?
Yeah, sorry, I was just really enjoying this thing.
But yeah, Snacks leaps back and starts digging through, and she's like,
Okay, first we have Graph.
she like digs down and pulls out like a little circular thing, and she walks over to Grath and takes her hand and puts the circle thing in it, and you look down and it's a compass, and the compass is spinning wildly, continuously.
So that one, I had it. I I don't know if you know. I know that you're a ranger and everything, but apparently this thing tells you where like specific special things are. So I talked to the guy, and it will detect friendship.
Oh,
And
well,
I just want you to know and remember that you're always surrounded by friendship. I don't know if it actually works, but it seemed like a good idea at the time.
you know, Grath grasps it and brings it to her closer. Seeing that it's spinning wildly. It's working. Thank you.
To note, it will never stop spinning. Actually, it just has a charm on it that makes it spin. Like, but it yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Snacks.
And dig. Oh, Thanato. What do you get for the guy that has everything? I mean, you already have like a laser sword and all that, but I remembered that a long, long time ago, we did have this thing that we shared. So
she pulls out a tiny little box that has a paper attached to it and hands it to you. You open it up, and it is full of a wonderful mix of cooked mushrooms, which you don't eat anymore. But back when you did eat, you and Snacks used to share cooked mushrooms all the time. And the paper says that you have been signed up for 1 year of monthly cooked mushroom delivery service.
And I thought that maybe you could, we could kind of do what we used to do and enjoy like mushroom snacks and eat.
You see, he's sitting there, and this whole time that you guys have been talking, he's just had this strange, oddly bound leather book with a claw on the front of it, just open and just staring at it, like hasn't turned any of the pages or anything, and just looking right at it. He's like, Snacks, mushrooms. This is very thoughtful, my friend. And then he turns and looks at Karina, and he's like, and then he looks back at the book. He's like, infernal spirits, I will not be so easily bribed with my heart's desire. And like slams the book and throws it to the side. And it's like, wait, is she actually?
Oh, she's standing right there.
Is Karina actually right there now?
Yeah, no, we're back home, buddy.
But did she emerge out of a spark of like sulfur and brimstone, like a demonic pack delivered her hints?
I mean, I wasn't paying that close attention. I thought it was more like a slow explosion with like people. Well, it seemed.
Karina, hi.
I sprint over and just hug him.
Hi.
I've missed you so much.
I've missed you as well. Could we perhaps speak later? A great deal has occurred.
I would like that very much.
And he reaches up and he just touches one of her raised tattoos now. He goes, these are beautiful.
Thanks.
Would you like a mushroom? I don't know if Snacks got you a gift as well.
It's okay. It's okay. You can have this. I'm good. I'm good. I'm calm and good, and it's good to see you.
Yes. And he very gently holds one of her hands and says, thank you, Snacks. I would love to have our mushroom appointments. Snacks.
And obviously Snacks is still not dealing with the fact that you are not exactly alive, and you know that.
It's
and
not that I can't eat, I don't eat.
Right.
While you and Karina were looking at each other and having this moment, just like one little green paw came up and just like slowly pushed a mushroom into your mouth and then went back down.
It's delightful. It's reminds me of home.
Good. Great. Okay. Anyway, so now
She like digs around.
Javi. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. This is
And she's holding up this little silver glittering rectangle and puts it in your hand. And as soon as this metal rectangle goes into your hand, a little piece of paper kind of like falls down off of it. A magic piece of parchment unrolls off of it.
that is a special. My tooth fell out. That is a special bookmark that has a parchment on it that never runs out, so you can take notes on your notes while you're reading your notes.
Oh, this is perfect. Thank you so much, Snacks.
Yo,
Think of all
dog,
the notes I'll
yo.
take.
I heard you like taking notes.
Oh, it's my job. I love it.
I went ahead and filled the top part for you.
It's just stick figures and
Mm-hmm.
like scratchings.
I see.
Mr.
This is where we left yes, this is when we visited the dragon, and this is when we killed that hill giant. This is very detailed notes. Thank you, Snacks.
It was supposed to be a family portrait, but yeah,
Yeah,
I seemed it. Okay,
the
okay.
whole history behind it.
Dig. Leaf.
Hmm?
You're really hard to shop for because
Hmm.
you don't really like stuff.
I don't really attach to material possessions or wealth. Yes, I can imagine that must be frustrating to shop for.
Yeah, but I actually got you two things. The first one is something that you need,
And she holds up a pair of tidy whities.
these are for you.
He cocks his head to the side like an animal who's heard a noise that they don't understand, and he stares at them just like, what? What are
Donato will explain. But anyway,
They're
the
a
other
trap.
Like the
thing,
Don't do
explanation
it.
now.
Yeah, right. They are briefs of binding. Don't listen. Leave.
But yeah, she then pulls out a small handheld bell that has a handle that is very simplistic. The entire thing is very quaint, and she very carefully, to make sure that she doesn't ring the bell, like holds it carefully and gives it to you.
that
Okay.
that bell is very special. If you hit it, you'll hear your noise for 5 minutes. It's good for your zen.
Oh. He
Uh,
looks at the underwear and then at the bell and is like,
They're
hmm.
not related,
Ah,
the two gifts.
It could be.
hmm. He sets them down and bows very respectfully to you and says, "Thank you for these gifts."
As you bow very low, you go to like Snacks's level, and she just like mwah, gives you a big old kiss on your forehead as you come back up.
You just see the orc tooth kind of angle up as he smirks widely at that and nods again. Very reserved, but you can see like a lot of the affection coming through. He just nods to you.
Okay. Dig. Oh, there's one left for Karina. I'll take this out because it's gonna fall again.
You didn't have to get me. It's fine. I left you. I'm sorry.
I mean, you said that you were gonna come back, so of course I would get you a gift. Dig.
So she ends up pulling out a candle that has a dragon wrapped around it, and it's not brown, it's purple, and it's shimmery and it's beautiful. And she gives you the candle and kind of like looks around, kind of scoot.
So this candle is very special. Obviously, you have to use it in the dark, right? Of
Yeah,
course.
that's
That's how
candles.
I'm no scientist, but that's how light works. But when you light it, what it's going to do is it's going to fill the sky with little consolation versions of all of us. Because that way you can take the candle and you always hang out at night, and that way you can see all of us in the stars because you're always looking at the stars, and that way we can be there with you too. The only thing is that it's a candle, so it runs out. So if you want another, you got to come back and get another.
I will always come back to you. Thank you.
And it smells like boysenberry.
She just takes a big old huff of the candle, like, oh, that's good. That's good. Thank you. And I just, big hug. You were the first people that ever made me want to look down instead of up.
Well, no, that's, you don't have
No,
to.
I meant I'm tall,
right.
and you're all
Beautiful.
down here.
Hey.
And that was so
Like to look
good
down
in
on
my
us?
head, and
No.
it was so bad when I
it's-
said it.
No, I
Wow.
completely got what you were.
Wow.
Very,
I
very
got,
heartwarming.
Cool.
I got what you
But-
meant.
Ugh, thank you, impartial voice of God.
Yes, I understood.
Ugh.
I
will
understood the meaning behind it.
I will say Thanato reaches down and scoops up Snacks for a second, and he looks and he goes, hey, Snacks, thank you so much for this. And I just want you to know you have been the best friend that just some boy from somewhere in the Underdark could ever have. And I've enjoyed our time together so much. And I appreciate you always reminding me who I used to be. And you're so thoughtful and so strong. Oh, you're going to hurt me squeezing so tight. But
I get into combat stance. I'm gonna like slide backwards, just kind of like staring at Thanato for a second, just kind of like
Even I'm confused right now.
yeah.
how he used to talk before he died.
I know. And like Snacks is like, she's unsure and she's looking, but she sees this glimmer. She sees the Thanato that she used to run around and have all these adventures, that we used to play tag, and you used to tie a little bell on my tail and watch me like spin. We had all of these games that we did. And it's like,
Okay. I'm happy you like it. I knew mushrooms were a good choice.
And then he puts her back down and is like, and just goes over, picks the Demonomicon
Easy.
back up again. Yeah.
And now that that's out,
Hey, is that book a problem? I'm just like kind of go off to the side to leave. Like, is that a
the
problem?
Demonomicon,
Yeah.
he glances over and says, "Yes."
Okay, are we gonna? Is there a thing that we should maybe take the book?
If
from?
Sure, it's
that is
fine.
the case, the only people that could do that would be you or Snacks.
Oh, you're very fast though. You could take it.
At that moment, you start to hear everywhere throughout the Great Hall, you hear bamf, bam, 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 bam. And at every sound, a giant minotaur appears. Well, minotaurs are big, and a minotaur appears.
Right.
And every minotaur is holding a giant axe, and it's dressed in a red tracksuit with a giant G on it and a musical note. The G is especially obnoxious, and you feel like it's not a Ganzerg G. It could be a G from someone else.
Okay.
So now the entire Great Hall is lined with these minotaurs in red tracksuits.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action starry form into a dragon, and my action is summoning a draconic spirit. I don't like this. I think the
Yay!
song's about to hit up. Just
Yes,
immediately in
you're
fight
not,
mode. Like
you're not
we did
necessarily
this.
in combat yet, though.
Could I
I
just-
said what I said.
That's true.
All right.
It's a valid. I just as a point of clarification, ultimately, what happened to Cathartica and Cassius?
right.
You don't know.
Okay, all right. They came
Fair.
back to the ship, and we haven't seen
Came
them
back
since.
to the ship, and then we're ushered. We're ushered
Okay.
away somewhere.
Got it.
They're
Got it.
being looked after by top people.
Oh boy,
Uh,
they're living on a farm somewhere out west.
Yeah, we sent them to live on a farm.
I will just say, when all of these minotaurs show up and she turns into a dragon, I just say, Bartholomew.
Yeah. Never forget.
Real quick, you said they're holding their great axes.
Yeah, they're holding their great axes. They're not
Okay.
necessarily in a battle stance. At that
Okay.
moment, you hear Ganzerg's voice say, "Gaxx pack, Come up to the bridge.
Fine.
Okay.
Uh,
The Minotaurs are not attacking. They're just
Okay.
looking. But
Does
there's
he
a
have
lot.
a new, like, what is this, a step team or something?
oh no, but Karina, what happened on your mission? Why are you a dragon?
Yeah, she's not a dragon. So she has a dragon starry form. So like,
Yeah.
her humanoid form is like inside of the like galaxy in her form is like the constellation of a dragon. But I did summon a massive draconic spirit. So there's a
Brand new spell and it's totally awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell me about this spell. I guess I'll have to look it up.
Super cool.
Hey,
What are
fizz
the
bands.
precautions?
That's where Karina went. She went to go do some fizz bands.
She went
Yeah.
fizz banning. Yep. Mhm.
There is a large like draconic spirit that's blue and starry right next to her, and they immediately go back to back like, we can kill at least these half. Do you guys have the rest? I remember Bartholomew, and I never again.
Oh,
Never again.
Bartholomew. Oh, and it finally clicks for Grath. She was kind of out of it. Oh.
Who is
I've-
Bartholomew?
It's someone we are going to harm the moment we see him. Yes.
But
You'll
Start
know
with the
when he
Minotaur.
starts singing. Yes.
Ganser wants us on the bridge. Oh god, I
Yep.
hope it's about an extra bonus or something.
It's also, I was lost in meditation. Did you all demand extra compensation for what we went through down there?
We haven't had a chance to yet.
Yeah.
But they've already got the lantern.
You can
Here's
blame
the
the
thing, there's other-
cutscenes for that. The
We're gonna get
editor
you
is to
paid.
blame.
We
Yep.
are unionizing. I've been here back and forth a couple times on my missions. There's a lot of. We'll have a meeting about it.
Yes.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yes.
Good stuff. in the works.
Absolutely.
Will the
Dental.
dragon spirit immediately attack, or you can control whether it's going to?
I can control it. The dragon's just waiting.
Okay.
I'm just looking for a go no go from any of my fight
Yeah.
friends to
And
just.
since it's a spirit, can it shrink down a little bit? Because to
I
get
hear
up,
you.
to get up to the
yeah.
bridge, it probably is less than dragon size to go up those stairs.
How do you feel about a dumber answer wherein no, but because it's a spirit, it can like a cat that fits into a thing that's much too small for it. It can kind of just smush its spirit body
I'm
in
totally fine with
No
that.
bones.
You know?
through doors.
Yeah,
So
or
yeah.
not even like a cat, but like if it's a spirit, it could almost
doesn't
go
have
into a
bones.
gaseous form or like
Yeah.
a smoke
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know.
I like
It
to
is
think
now.
Smushes
that
through doors.
the dragon is still just walking normally through like the staircase, but like it's just so big that it's like half in and half out. Like it's just half phased through, but it just doesn't
Clipping.
try.
Yeah, it's clipping.
Yeah.
It's
Clipping.
It's glitching. It's glitching through it, basically.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
this
let's-
normal? Sure.
Let's see what Ganser's up to, and I
Are
hope
we
it's not
not?
another day mission.
Are we not killing these guys? I don't understand. You've all changed.
I will just say when her dragon appears, I just say I'm like, and out of the book, you all see this horrific demonic looking shadow come up behind me as well, and I'm like, okay, so you're taking that half and I'm taking this half, just to be, and I'm very much say it loud enough for the Minotaurs to hear me. Yeah.
Good.
I'm like, all right, we're gonna check with Ganserg, and then those ones are mine.
Yep. Okay. And
those
that
ones are
one,
yours.
that one, that
Yeah.
one, that one.
No, not that one. That one's mine too.
Okay, you can
Yeah,
have that
those-
one, but I want that one.
Right. Fine.
Okay. Good.
With
Javi-
spirit buddies.
Javi calls over to the Minotaurs. Excuse me, sirs and ma'ams and whoever's. Are you going to kill us?
Nope.
Why are you here?
Leaf wanting to be the voice of reason and bring up the fact that we were just ordered to the bridge and these are probably our escorts. But I am going to just sit back, and Leaf watches all of this and doesn't say a word and just wants to see how this goes. Like, just kind of like slides back against the wall and watches.
We're just security, ma'am.
Security.
For
Are we getting
whom?
fired? We're getting fired, and they're here to kick us out after he fires us on the bridge.
If I'm getting fired, I'm taking this entire fortress down with me.
Yes, I'm
know what?
literally like we're team number one. At that
I helped
point.
build
Yeah.
that library from the ground.
Right. Let's just go. Let's just go.
We're the best team. You can't fire us. Damn it.
But like you see this like shadowy abomination keeps swirling around, and every time he's like, yes, good.
This is new and
Right.
concerning.
As we all start walking like away, like Snacks pulls the bag over to one of the minotaurs and is like,
Well, I brought gifts for all of them, but I do have this.
and she holds something out, and the minotaur puts his hand out, and she just puts a cactus in it. The thing is, it's a cactus, not in a pot or anything. She put a full cactus.
There.
Here, hold this.
Yeah.
He sort
Make
of
it bigger.
holds his hand straight out so that it doesn't like stick into him, and he just kind of moves his hand like that.
Oh,
Snacks, druid check. Make it bigger, please.
Oh, sorry. I haven't been practicing, but
No worries. You face it and not me, and focus. And I, over her shoulder, druid craft the cactus to make it like blossom.
Okay. He starts blossoming next to him.
Oh my gosh, you've grown so much.
That's power. It's just like look at Karina. I'm like,
it must be powered by friendship because my practice has not been going well by myself, but it's okay.
It's hard under the ground. It's a whole thing.
It's probably just the ground. I'm going to be such a good druid. And she just starts walking.
Right. As you make your way to the bridge, you make it to the top of the stairs, and you see that the bridge door is open, and there's even more minotaurs there. And you notice that Narlak, Ganzerg's second in command, and Ganzerg are both tied to chairs. And who do you see floating 10 feet in the air inside the bridge?
Go get her, Ray.
Bartholomew himself, holding the lanthorn.
Oh,
I would like to attack him, please.
Next.
I just look at Leaf and I'm like, do I have to let him sing first?
Leaf is gonna be like, this is our raise, isn't it? I look at Ganzerg. I'm like, you're giving this to us. This is a gift.
Snacks like puts her head in and is like,
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't shame this kind of thing in this house, but I mean, if you need a minute or
You have to.
At that point, Bartholomew just starts laughing and says, "Good to see you again, Gaxx Pack. Maybe you thought about taking me with you at the beginning of all this. Things wouldn't have turned out like this."
We offered.
We wanted
Your
you
dad
to.
stopped us.
Don't
Do
do that
you
on us.
remember that? I wanted that for you, and you've made it very clear. I know you're gonna sing, and it's gonna be great. As soon as you're done, I will be attacking you. But that just
My
go ahead.
dear, you cannot attack me. I am protected by a musical plot shield. Impenetrable.
I'm like, Espinato immediately hurls a couple bolts at him, like, ah!
Scatter off of the music.
Harmlessly. And he starts singing.
No, the power of music.
Well, I thought you were brave when you made it out of the cave. Then you traversed the garden with no need for a pardon. Then you pilfered the lanthorn. It just looks like a lantern to me. You thought you were rid of me. Well, guess what? I'm back. Back with a vengeance, back for the attack. You've recovered the lanthorn for me. Thank you so much. Now I'll take what's mine and leave you to rust. You survived the lair of the witch. But let's see how you pass the trial of the lich. Flash of light. You are all transported away from the ship.
What?
Thank you for watching Gaxx Pack. No, I'm just
That
kidding.
was okay.
was Gaxx
One,
Pack, everybody.
that song slapped. Two, where are we?
I'm like, okay, that was yet another bop, but I think we can all agree next time we don't let him sing, right? We just.
I couldn't stop
that
him. I
was,
tried to murder him the entire time.
That was
saw it.
Bartholomew, I'm
Yes.
guessing.
Yes.
Javi. That
Now
we
I
will-
understand.
Yes,
Let's
we
kill him.
must Destroy that man. Yes, fine. Yes, good.
Oh,
Yes.
did we just become best friends?
Oh, yeah. And you can see, like,
Okay.
she starts to levitate a little bit. The
Do
wild
that
look in her eye.
too. Ah.
Lich, huh? Okay, fine.
You now actually find yourself in a brightly lit canyon. What looks like you're outside. So everyone who wanted to be outside, you're outside. It's a nice summer day.
Not like this.
It's incredibly it's incredibly bright, and the birds are singing. There's some trees scattered about in this meadow. But when you look up, you realize that you are inside a very large canyon that is boxing you in on all sides. It appears to be about several thousand feet across, and when you look ahead of you, you can't see where it ends. When you look behind you, you're at the beginning of it. So there's quite a large wall going almost straight up. It's a natural wall up from the canyon, and it's about 1,000 feet across on either side, and then an undeterminate amount of space ahead of you.
My devil can fly and can communicate with me telepathically, so I'm gonna send it straight up, like out of the canyon. I'm just gonna be like,
Okay.
just to tell me what it sees.
So your devil flies higher and higher above the canyon. It looks down, and it's conveying back to you that the canyon looks to be about a mile long, and it's scattered with brush, with a few trees here and there, some boulders. On the far end of the canyon, it looks like possibly there's a way up or out, but he's not sure. Maybe something could be moved, but he also lets you know that there are other humanoid type creatures at the far end of the canyon.
The same direction as the way out, or the opposite end?
The same direction as the way out. So you're on one end, and these humanoids are on the other end.
I recount all of this to my associates, and I basically tell the devil to stay in Overwatch, essentially. Just keep an eye on things, and if something's coming this way, let me know. But I'm like, apparently there are sentients that direction, and possibly a way out.
And maybe a lich.
Yes.
I mean,
Glad
if
we're not
you-
in a cavern right now.
If you want details, I could take a look.
I realize again, Thanato's like 5'4", so I put you on my shoulder, but it's really not that helpful. It's a higher vantage point.
I mean, can your buddy come get me or something?
I can.
Oh, well, probably. I do bring the devil back if she doesn't mind. Yeah, the devil give her uppies.
Yeah, I'll take uppies with the devil.
I mean, so it's an actual devil. It's an actual
devil.
Okay.
For flavor, I'm describing it like this shadowy monstrosity, but it's a devil.
Love it.
It does devil stuff. Honestly, I can summon different things, but today it's a devil.
I feel like it comes down and takes me by the arms like this, and as it lifts me up, I'm just going whoosh, whoosh. I have nothing but perfect trust in this devil because it's from Thanato.
I have 20 feet of fly movement while using my dragon starry form. So I'm just going to go next and fly up with them and go, you have to support her tailbone. You have to support her from the bot. And just, micromanaging the devil holding
gentlemanly devil that's careful supporting her tailbone. Will beta shoe.
Sorry, I'm thick back there.
Okay, so Karina and Snacks and the devil are all flying to the other end of the canyon to see where those creatures are.
No,
Well, she's got her
just
mile
going
vision.
straight
Yeah.
up because I can see for a mile, so
And-
I can
okay.
get I can get details.
Perfect.
And
Yeah,
the
perfect.
devil can tell me telepathically, so assume I'm recounting this to everyone, essentially, as I'm getting the reports of what's happening here.
So right at the end of your vision, you can see very clearly, Snacks, that they are 8 centaurs, and they're
You mean
they're
buffet?
actually but they appear to be musicians. There's like 4 of them playing guitars. There's 2 of them playing fiddles.
Riddles.
They're redneck centaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, not this.
A couple. Come on, who you're talking to here? All right. A couple are playing like percussive style instruments. So.
Just like slapping on each other's haunches.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that they're a mile away, so you can't hear what they're playing, but you can see that they're playing something.
Apparently, it's band practice. I bet they're a marching band. Clup, 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 clup.
Does it look like they want to kill us?
It doesn't seem like they know that we're here.
Good.
But I can see that they are playing in 3/4 time. Very impressive.
And she goes back down.
Okay.
I mean, she told you guys everything that,
Okay.
centaurs, fiddles.
Okay.
Let's go talk to these centaurs. How does that sound?
Well, I mean, there's a lot between us and them, so I'm sure we'll encounter something.
Oh boy.
On our way over.
Fine.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
What's the range on that?
I think 30 feet.
Yeah, but a 30 feet sphere that moves with her.
Okay. And you have to concentrate on it?
Yeah. Concentration up to 10 minutes.
You're not detecting any magic. I mean, wherever you are feels to be a real physical place.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. Head towards the Redneck Centaurs. That's a sentence I got to say out loud on a Sunday
Yes, it
afternoon.
is.
Yeah, right.
Let's go then.
All right. Yeah, we'll make our way over.
Actually, I stopped for a second and I turn and I'm like, Grath,
Yes. They're not
you are a master of travel both across the plains and the worlds. Can you tell anything? Has anyone else been through here as of late?
I was about to. And Grath like crouches down, runs her fingers over the grass and dirt, and just is checking for any sort of, tracks or hairs from different creatures. And I'd like to, I guess, check the area.
Sure.
Oh yeah, baby. That's gonna be a 16.
You detect what you would think that you would detect in a moderate and a temperate zone, in various different areas on the prime material plane. There's some bunny tracks and some fox tracks, and all the typical sort of animals that you might expect. But you do definitely see horse hoof tracks, 100%.
Grath looks up, not getting up yet. It just looks like a typical canyon, and the centaur tracks right here. I can't see anything else. And she gets back up.
But why here? Why did Bartholomew drop us here?
Nothing good for
Let's
a
get ready for
trial of
this.
a lich. Yeah.
Snacks look at the light on her wrist.
It's clear.
Clear? You mean white? Like
Yeah,
Like
it's
white.
it's not working.
Like it's not working.
We
The
really
same that happened when you were underground, when you were in the last adventure.
we really need to talk about the lack of bars.
Yeah,
It's
there's no signal.
I would just like to say that if for all we've done, if now we also have to rescue Bartholomew, substantial renegotiation of our rates and status.
The union is building
Yes,
this
yes.
into the new deal that we're
Exactly.
working on.
Not Bartholomew. Yes, Ganzerg. If we must rescue Ganzerg, none of this go back to your dorm and come when I call you. Nonsense.
Oh, I think we become part owners.
I was about to say,
stakeholders.
we at
Yes.
least own half or more of the company.
Grath, you understand now. Yes. Also, I could bind his soul in the pages of this book. That's apparently an
Aw.
option now.
That's
I
really
shoot a
nice.
glance over immediately
Right.
when Donato says that. I immediately shoot a glance over Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, we don't have to start with that. I just want you to know it's on the table.
Look, a last resort is still a resort. I get that. I'm just looking at Leaf like, what is that?
Okay. Walking towards the centaurs this whole time, by the way. Yeah.
Karina gets a look.
The entire time we're walking towards the centaurs, like Snacks is still like holding her wrist up, being like,
we really got to switch to ATD&D.
Thank you all for tuning in. That's been the Gaxx Pack. That's our show. Yep, we'll see you next year.
This whole season was built up to that moment just now.
I made that joke before. No lessons.
We're just we're done here. I
can just totally see Vivka going, my work here is done, and just like, tuxedo masking right out of this.
Like Bartholomew wins. You remember that scene from 300 where just the one spear came from down the kid? That's it. That's just
the end.
Yeah.
My joke, the campaign.
Right.
All right.
Is there a way to sneak up on these centaurs, or is it pretty much too open terrain to really?
No. I mean, you could totally try to sneak up on them for sure.
Let's do that.
There's enough. There's enough underbrush, brush, and trees where Leaf, you feel like maybe you could dart from tree to tree or
am I the stealthiest person here, or is one of the rangers?
It's you and Grath, but it's like the Nato would stop when you start doing a sneak. He's like, I'm going to wait here.
I can also sanctuary and walk up and try to talk to them.
I can also cast Pass Without a Trace too, though, and +10 to our stealth rolls.
Yeah, I could, if I sanctuaried and walk up, they wouldn't be able to attack me. I could have a little bit of conversation. Well, I mean, unless they pass their spell save, but I could have a conversation with them real quick.
I apologize, Dungeon Master. For some reason, D&D Beyond unequipped all of my items and took some of my things out of my inventory. Didn't we find a suit of magical plate?
Yeah.
It
was the vampires.
The vampire had a suit of magical golden plate.
Full plate. Yeah.
What was it plate plus something or other?
It was +2. It is monster plate.
Exactly what the Nato needs.
I was about to say, I assume no one else is interested in this.
Take it.
Right. So also, Karina, besides the fact that maybe I've actively engaged in demonic pacts now, I got a bit of a glow up. So
yeah, that gold suit of armor you can never actually do much with in Animal Crossing. Well, Thanato's wearing it.
but like real subtle. Like I've been waiting for her to say something about it. Like, hey, so and those are really nice markings that you've got now. It just
You look great and are very concerning on a lot of levels. So this is nice. It's good.
That's a valid reaction. Yes, I'll explain it all to her. I'll let you read from the book if you like.
Oh, I would love nothing less than to do that. Thank you. That's your forbidden curse knowledge.
No, it's our forbidden curse knowledge.
Oh, thank you. Are you okay?
I'm not sure.
Very fair. And I grab his hand and like, all right, we'll work through it.
This is kind of new to all of us.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Sorry, apologies for that. I don't know. I looked at my AC was 12 and I'm like, something's wrong. What is this? Yeah, so, okay, sorry. Please continue with the sneakifying.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is the wisest thing to do, but I think Leaf is going to try to, I feel like Sanctuary is the way to do this, to try to not sneak up on them.
We could do Sanctuary and Pass Without a Trace. We'll join you.
Sanctuary on me, and then I can sort of be point man. I'm not super juiced up with like face skills, but I do have some, and Sanctuary is kind of in my repertoire, so I could try to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Leaf or Grath looks at Leaf. Okay, I like this idea. I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on the rest of us, so we're at least close by.
That's a good idea.
In case the centaurs decide to.
You could easily find like a cluster of trees to hide the rest of you behind while Leaf goes up.
Okay.
So I would like to cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us before you head out too, so you get that +10.
And before we do that too, because it lasts a hot minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this now so I don't burn my actions during combat if that's what's about to happen. But Leaf is gonna basically an emboldening bond since it lasts 10 minutes. So he hums for a second to himself and creates the emboldened bond on everybody. Karina, don't know if you know about this yet, but so Leaf took 2 levels in cleric, so he's going to emboldening bond. So 4 willing creatures. I'm gonna put this on. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna put this on our squishies. So I'll give it to Karina and I'll give it Abria and then Eliza, and then I think it's you don't need it though, do you, B Dave? Like you are. I mean, if you are a golden tank.
If I get hit, it's a problem. But yeah, I'm kind of hard between the armor and the shield. I'm kind of hard to get to. Yeah.
Okay, Grath. Yeah, I'll just give it to Grath. And
you become like Krang, B Dave.
Yeah. So what this does,
honestly.
So is just as a quick reminder to everybody, what this is going to do is for the next 10 minutes, you get to add a D4 to a single attack, ability check, or saving throw that you make once per round. So it's a less basically for the whole group. But you have.
What does it look like when you do the bond?
You have to, just as a quick addition, you have to be within 30 feet of each other at all time for that to, like, at least one other person within 30 feet for it to function. And what it looks like is it doesn't actually have that much of a magical physical manifestation, but he raises his hand to his holy symbol that he has, which is like a small little amulet that's just hanging around his thick neck. And he just does this like deep resonating that sort of synchronizes with the subtle hums of the universe as he just focuses that harmony and connects everybody. And as he finishes, he's going to like utter some a prayer very quickly under his breath to his deity Eldeth, and I'm going to cast Sanctuary.
Okay.
So, which is
That's
up
amazing.
now. So basically they don't have to roll a saving throw unless they come at me, in which case then they have to make a saving throw. So but then once I do that, Leaf is going to just open his eyes and stride forward.
Okay.
No, before you go though, I want to cast Pass Without a Trace. So for over all of us, Grath will just kind of like lift her fingers and just whisper an infernal and like this dark energy just kind of veils over everybody. And as Leaf is walking away, so we have +10 to our stealth rolls now.
Okay. As you're approaching Leaf, you can hear the song that they're playing. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah,
No.
please. Yes.
No, of course. Hell yeah. Pass.
We're centaurs who play guitars. We like to sing under the stars. Sometimes even smoke cigars. We're centaurs who play guitars. We're equines who really jam. Check out our riffs, they really slam. We're famous across the land. Equines who really jam. Keep up, keep top with the tempo. We've got reputations to keep. You'll feel the bite of my longbow if you don't play along with the beat. We're centaurs who play guitars. Everything we sing belongs to us and is ours. You can read about it in our memoirs. We're centaurs who play guitars. Centaurs who play guitars. Centaurs who play guitars.
See, I feel like that's another one of those literal ones. You hear it was going well until it got ominous.
Leaf is going to be
good. That was real good. I really enjoyed that one.
And that's
Sorry,
what
Leaf. Yeah.
afterwards, Leaf just standing before them, just applauds them both. Applauds all
I
of them.
applaud in +10 stealth.
They look over at you and
Golf claps.
They see you applauding, and they're like,
And I bow to them and I say, "You have honored me with that music. Thank you so much for that performance."
You're the strangest orc we've ever seen.
Thank you, friend. How can I show my gratitude for such incredible music talent? Do you accept, and he pulls out gold?
They look confused.
I would like
They
to
also put
show
their
my,
hands where their pockets would be, and they just go like,
I would like to show my appreciation and support the arts.
"Can you make me a perception check?"
Sure. It was going to be a 19,
And what happened?
but instead it decided to be a 3.
Oh.
So I rolled a 10.
There's nothing. Then there's nothing to.
We have fate points.
We do.
Fate points.
How many
Welcome
fate
back.
points do we have?
Welcome back. Thank you, fate points.
3. If we're gonna fight a lich, then I'm
Thank
gonna.
you.
Do it.
But this
They'll
might be
give them
relevant.
more.
Yeah, it's true. The people will help us.
Okay, I'll re-roll it. I'll burn it. Fate changes its mind. By the way, did you do your stuff, B Dave?
I did
14.
7 and
Okay,
14. My
I
portraits
forgot
are
to do
7
mine.
and 14.
Okay, well, I re-rolled. I spent a fate point, and now my total is 24.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So
I just imagine that Leaf's like, and then something just tells you, look over there. Oh,
And I just click, and I immediately begin reciting this guy's genealogy as I roll a 24. I'm like, well, you see, your great grandfather. Go ahead.
Right. So, you notice that the two would appear to be leaders have lances.
Okay.
2 others have
Great weapon for a centaur.
2 others have longbows.
Mm-hmm.
2 others have morning stars. And actually, the other 4 have morning stars.
Okay.
And they all are putting their instruments away, like on various packs that they have on their long backs, and sort of getting out their weapons. They look very distrusting to you, but you also notice, this is just very interesting, because they're shirtless, they're all males, and but they all have a horseshoe that they're wearing around their neck, a silvery horseshoe, so an ornamental. So all 8 of them are wearing that.
Okay.
But you get the feeling that they're signaling each other silently with subtle hand gestures.
Okay.
That maybe something is about to happen.
It's like wearing a Prada shoe around my neck.
Leaf says, "I'm only armed with this gold here," and he holds it up and outwards to them and says, "I simply wish to show my appreciation. Is that not all right?"
We have no need for your trinkets.
I put it away and I said, "Well, I hope I haven't offended then. I simply."
What are you doing in our canyon?
Is this your canyon? I was brought here by magic. I was not brought here by my own will.
You're trespassing.
How may I leave?
How did you get here?
Again, I was brought here by magic. It was against my will.
You may
But if you would like
the
me
way
to
that you
leave,
came, or we will make you leave permanently.
I'm like
I wouldn't-
30 feet away or wherever we're hiding. Stenato just slowly rotates to look at Karina.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Leaf. We're following you. We're following your lead
yeah.
here. But it's like, the sword kind of comes on. Like,
Look, I'm a spellcaster. I cock my arms like guns and get ready to cast.
Leaf says, "But if you kill me, then how can I tell others of your talent? How would I be able to explain that I just heard some of the great music of the Centaurs?"
I doubt that you have anyone that would listen to you, orc.
But you said yourself, I'm the most unusual orc you've ever seen. People are going to listen to me. I am very strange to them.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Okay. That's an 11. I'm not rolling over 10 today.
Nice try. But I'm afraid death is all that awaits for you.
It awaits for us all, my friend, as you are about to learn.
All right, let's roll for initiative, everybody.
Yeah, Snacks just like pops out of a bush and just like rude.
Ugh.
So rude.
Yeah.
I just imagine the whole time he's talking, because we're all passed without trace, but like just like crackles of flame and dark power like starting up behind a bush over there.
Yeah,
It's,
everyone's just like
vibrating.
literally like the space marines and aliens just like loading up behind me as I'm all smiling and talking.
Yeah, yeah. Grath was shooting a stare at Thanato, but as soon as the centaur was like, orc, Grath just like pulls her bow out and just is staring at the
I feel like we're
centaurs.
all listening and nodding, but like just reading our stuff. Like, yeah,
Mhm,
look,
like,
Leaf is great, and I appreciate that we go through
Right.
this every time. Do you have all of your weapons?
Yeah.
Got your bows? Okay, good.
Snacks is like doing like lunges, like
Yeah.
limbering up, like
All right. Oh.
Here we go again.
Karina's
know what
looking
you
at the
got.
massive dragon that's pretending to hide with us. Like, you're on deck.
It's fast without a space too, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. See, I feel like the whole anime enemies to friendship. Like I've written that whole thing in my head between my like and your dragon of just like
Yes, good. They're on their own adventure, and it's like
Right.
a K drama in the background and
Yeah.
very beautiful.
Yeah, we're gonna have fan art of the Fiend and the Dragon. This is a dirty 20 for me on initiative, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
17 for Karina.
Okay.
Leaf rolled a 1, so I go on a 6.
Excuse me.
So did Javi.
Well, hey, you're being peaceful right now, buddy. You're not going
Mhm.
last this
Okay,
round.
well.
You're going first.
They have
next
to make a
round.
wisdom save to attack me anyway.
Snacks
Yep.
is
Nice.
14.
Eric, no.
I know.
And Grath, what did you get?
Ooh, I got a 12.
A 12. Okay, I got it all lined up then. Thanato, you're the first to go. So you see that you're about 30 feet away, and you see the leader. Clearly he's about to attack, or he is attacking Leaf.
How many are there?
There's 8 of them.
8 of them. Great. I'm going to have my fiend hurl flames at one of the. Is there anything that looks flammable around?
Me.
Leaf.
There's
Eric
trees
and I were right
brush
there.
around, but
Brush?
it's a lush valley within the
Right.
canyon, so
Right.
it's not super dry.
Like they don't have a camp or anything where I could start ruining their stuff.
Not that you can tell.
Yeah.
No, they were just
Groovy.
all by themselves.
Well, actually, let me start with I need the leader to give me the one who's coming towards my boy, because in this
Yeah.
house we stand Leaf. I need him to give me a wisdom 20 save.
Whew. Okay. He did not make it.
Then I just hold the book and look at him, and he is affected by Tasha's hideous laughter. So he falls to the ground in fits of laughter, but he is incapacitated until and unable to stand. So and even if someone attacks him, it just gives him a saving throw. It doesn't automatically break. He just has a chance to get out of it if he gets attacked. But until then, he's incapacitated with the giggles.
And he has to roll a 10, or he has to roll a 20 to get
He
out.
has to beat a 20. If someone
Wow.
attacks him, he rolls with advantage though. But otherwise, he's locked down. And I'm gonna send I'm like, it's all fun and games until it's not. And I send the fiend after one of the other ones,
Okay.
who is just gonna start hurling infernal bolts of fire. Which
All right.
technically, if there's anything flammable, the fire can't ignite it. So my boy over here is going to. Well, this kind of got to do it. He's gonna get. I don't know what is it. I don't know what his bonus to hit it. I'm gonna have to do. Well, I don't know. Is his bonus to hit the same as mine? I don't know. Well, he got somewhere between 18 and 24, pending. Which I'll have to do some calculations.
Right. That's okay because they have a kind of a low armor class, so either one of that would hit.
Groovy. All right, then he's fire at a different one than I incapacitated.
Right.
For 17 points of fire damage.
Of course.
Okay.
But it's just like you see me holding the book and I start laughing and it starts laughing and just starts throwing fire.
Centaur on its side is is
Yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the little
No.
legs are
Yeah,
like
The legs are like, kicking
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
laughing. And he's he's holding his abs, but
The three of us are in on the joke. I feel like it's fairly horrifying to everybody else though. And
oh, Snacks just wants to be included. She's laughing.
I will start moving forward towards them. I mean my movement's kind of slow, so I'm like not running. I very much just heading forward. Yeah, then that's it for me.
all right, Karina.
Cool. Bonus action, starry form, archer, and I'll take those 2 shots now. How far away are we from?
You're 30 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna take 2 shots at just one of them in the front.
Okay.
Or sorry, not 2 shots, just one
Well,
shot.
at the one, do you want the one that the demon or the devil harmed, or the one that's laughing, or just one of the other ones?
I will work on the one that the devil harms.
Okay, great.
Let's obliterate that guy. 23 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, I will say you guys do your thing, but the laughing one is effectively locked down until we decide
Yeah.
to not let him be locked down.
I'll make it easy on everybody today. They have an armor class of 12.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean
Perfect.
that is their armor, but just so that we don't have to ask. Just
Okay.
This is a lot
14
of-
points of radiant damage for the bonus
Great.
action.
okay.
Action, you know what I'm doing. Karina's got one trick up her sleeve, and it's called Call Lightning. I look up, summon my sweet lightning, and I want to center it on. Repainting the word picture. If I hit the one, no, the devil's in melee. The one that's laughing. Is there
Mhm.
anyone in melee around that?
The devil is
yet.
ranged, but yeah.
Oh, the devil's
Yeah,
ranged. Okay,
the
then
devil's ranged. The devil's
keep-
back with me. Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
keep working.
well, there's Leaf though. You know what I mean? Leaf is right there. So
Is
you
Leaf
could-
next to both of them?
No, you could kind of put it behind them. So they were in a circle jamming.
Yeah.
They turned, looked at him. They all sort of remained in their circle, not really moving. So there were 2 in front.
Oh, that's a
One's
bad move on
laughing.
their end. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna aim in the center of the circle to catch them
Okay.
with that radius for Call Lightning. So I need a 17 deck save.
Okay, and for how many will that affect, do you think?
It is we'll center it on so it's
One
a 10-foot, it's a 10-foot diameter. So
Okay.
I would try to catch multiple if I
If you
can.
catch 3 with that, I would
Then
say.
yeah. Cool. I would like to do that very much. Thank you.
Okay, deck saving throw of 17. No, they all failed.
Perfect.
So what do they take?
They are gonna take. Please put that up. I don't know why it didn't
And-
show me the number. 20 points of lightning damage.
Okay. Let me ask B-Dave this about your spell. If someone takes damage, are they still laughing?
Yeah, he has a chance to get out. He can roll with advantage. Otherwise he's still locked down.
Okay, the one that the devil harmed is now obliterated.
Hey.
Nice. Cool. And my draconic spirit that I summoned when we were still back there, but lasts for an hour for concentration, gets to move on after my turn and is going to move forward. And let's get a breath weapon in here, baby.
Yeah.
So I need another 17 deck save to catch as many as I can catch in the cone without harming Leaf, or they're going to take a bunch of thunder damage because this is a gem dragon. Spirit.
Hey.
I think it
so
just comes
if-
out like a bunch of like dubstep bass.
Yeah, if the dragon, what's the dragon's movement?
This is 30 feet, but it can fly 60 if that
Yeah, if you
can
if
change
you have the
angle.
dragon fly, so you've got the circle of the centaurs here, Leaf here. If your dragon flew to the side, you could conceivably cone them all.
Love that. Yeah, dragon flies, sprays down, just drops the beat and crosses.
Okay, and they need a
I just love the visual of Leaf is still just standing there smiling, and then just death erupts from
Yeah.
behind.
Karina got incredibly good at being violent outside of Leaf's
Yeah.
purview.
Okay. What do they need to get? 17?
17.
But also, it's just Tasha's hideous laughter is what I hit him with. The book allows me to do it at will. I mean, I kept saying what it's doing, but I mean, it's the spell is.
Demonomicon does?
Yeah.
Or
I can Tasha's hideous laughter at will. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did I give you the stats on that, or you looked it up?
It's in D&D Beyond.
Oh yeah, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I really gotta read one of those.
So
you do, yes.
four out of the 7 actually made the saving throw.
Okay, the ones that make it only take 4 points of thunder damage. The rest will take the full 9. And this dragon does have multi-attack, so it's the breath weapon and 2 rend attacks. So let me hit one of the kids in the back that made the save. Gonna land, gonna attempt a rend. Spell attack modifier to hit. Okay, so that's a +10. Can I just click that? No, I cannot. Nope. Sorry, I have to customize these rolls.
Yeah, we're doing. I got the same problem. Why is life so hard that it's like, oh, our summoned foe are so difficult to manage?
Right, and then it's a 26 and a 27 to hit with the rend attacks.
Okay, then those both hit, and this is on one that made a saving throw.
Yeah. I'm trying to hit one of
He's
those.
like, haha, I avoided the thunder.
+4 plus the spell's level. Fuck.
Dungeon Master, I'm going to I'm sending you via Twitter, unfortunately, Twitter DM because there's some random bonuses and drawbacks to the book. I'm sending you what they are.
All right, you have my phone number,
Yeah, but it's I can do it with the keyboard over here.
Okay.
So sorry.
Oh, no problem.
For another 29 points of piercing damage.
29. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's not looking good at all.
Cool. And that is the end of my turn.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Not dead, but it's not good.
And I don't make eye contact with Lee.
Same.
But the enthusiastic eye contact with the none of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Whose turn is it?
It's Snax's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like smiling. Nice. Well, after all y'all did all those cool things, I think I will hit it with my axe. Because that's what I do. She Snacks like pops out like a jack-in-the-box out of the bush and takes Hacker out. And as she's running by Karina, Hacker's like, oh hey, I can't do Jason's voice, but hey, nice to meet you.
Oh my god, Hacker, hi, how are you? You're looking great.
Good to see you again.
Blood for the blood, axe. Mwah.
Yeah.
I blow a kiss at the axe. Karina's weird now.
Fine, we're all learning how to
weirder.
socialize again.
FYI.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess so as Snacks bounced out of the bush, like her little paws go up and she's already got like her one fang bared and her eyes are like big and she's trying to get nice and extra rabid frothy to just anyway, but yeah, she takes a run at let's do the one that's pretty hurt.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, and I will try to hit it and be very thankful for Patactics, because that was a 9 or a 27.
Yeah, the 27's gonna hit. The armor class is 12.
19. I rolled a natural 19.
Oh my goodness.
So, like winding up, and it's like,
hey, Karina, do you remember this?
She like knocks up, and as she doesn't hit with the blade side, she actually hits with the flat side and just right under its chin knocks it up. And as she does, it's like a circus sideshow thing, just bing, confetti just explodes everywhere. And
I remember.
And that's 16 points of damage.
That will slay that centaur.
So yeah, she like hits it under the chin, confetti blasts everywhere, and she hits it so hard that the centaur, getting hit by this 2.5 foot tall thing, actually like flips, like gets knocked up and flips down. And Snacks like looks over her shoulder and does like a and then leaps towards the next one to hopefully get a twofer. And she's going to attack the next one in the line. Well, okay, 13. No, that works.
That still hits.
And that always I'm rubbish with the damage. That's eight points of damage.
Okay. Hey.
And the one that she is attacking, she like hit it, and as she lands, she does like a little spin thing and takes her shield and just tries to sweep all the legs.
Oh right, yeah, sure.
You've got your echo on.
You're still on echoey, yeah.
And
It was
it
so
sounds
cool when you
amazing.
said the guy died, though. Because the echo was like, ooh.
That reverb like made it more echo.
Yeah.
The reverb made the kill blow dope.
I always think to the monks from Mortal Kombat when you like really do something violent, they're like, oh yeah, okay.
But
Okay.
you know what? You can't make the roll because they are considered large, and you are considered small. So they're too many sizes above.
Jason, you're being real sizes to me in this game. All right, fine. Well, then I instead don't do that, and I flick its Achilles tendon in frustration.
Blink.
I don't know if horses have Achilles tendons, do they?
Jason,
All right, fine. No, it's their turn.
I mean, broken legs are career enders for horses, so yeah.
Right.
I'll show you small. But yeah, instead, no shit, crap. Yeah, I'm just going to sit there and instead mumble to myself like,
I'm not really that small. I can lift 450 pounds, like at least, probably more. I've been having a lot of protein, so much Seder meat.
and she's just gonna grumble about that.
Wait, what? You could have been carrying us this whole time? What?
And lifting.
She could conceivably carry the whole party on her back.
All right, we have to live through this. I want to see
Yeah.
something.
All right, so all this is happening within 6 seconds. So Leaf, the one that was going to attack you, falls to the ground and laughs, but another one, the other one right next to him, falls to the ground dead. So you've got one laughing on the ground, you've got one falling to the ground dead, but one of the mace one comes up that's been pretty hurt and attacks you, misses. Another one comes up with a mace, and does an 18 hit?
18 is exactly what my AC is.
Okay. You get
Oh,
smashed.
he has to make a willpower saving throw.
That's right. He's got
Both of them do.
He's got to make a wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom save.
One
and,
missed, so I guess I don't need to roll.
But even
for
if you attack, because what happens is if he tries to attack me while I have sanctuary up and he doesn't make that save, he still gets his attack action. He has to attack somebody else. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell that they're using. So
okay.
And the DC is 15.
Got it. Okay. So the first one did not make his saving throw.
So it's literally like he
So what
wants to
happened?
attack me, but he cannot bring himself to do it as I just stand there and stare at him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The second one also.
Leaf just stands there very passively looking at them, just with complete serenity on his face, and doesn't move as they just both like trying to kill him. And he just stares at them.
And I'm over here full Tina from Bob's Burgers here, just laughing with the flames in the background.
Look at that fan. Look at that fan. Okay, so they're all attempting to attack you, Leaf, because you're the only one that they saw at that moment. So there's 4 more. There's 2 more with maces and 2 more with bows. So
Okay.
roll their saving throws on all of them. I'm just gonna fail. Wow, I'm rolling really crappy. Okay. So all of them
Try to attack me.
try to attack you. The 2 at the boat.
Leaf is just standing there very
Rolls with a mace.
passively. and says nothing as he just watches them.
Nothing. Grath, it's your turn. None of them could attack. They all went for Leaf, and they all failed their saving throw.
Well, Grath aims her arrow at the one that Snacks couldn't grapple or like flip. And as I point over there, I point with my other hand, casting Hunter's Mark for my bonus action. And let's see. So for the first arrow, 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Yep. You just need a 12.
Cool. So, and also, I'm casting Colossus Slayer. I just wanted to ask, does Colossus Slayer count for centaurs?
No, because they're only large. Right, Dave?
Oh,
I
sure.
see nothing
wait.
specific about it in
I think it does. It just has to be harmed. Let me check real quick.
Basically, it has to be
they've
harmed.
all
That's
been
why I'm
harmed
aiming for
by
that
the
one.
breath weapon.
Yeah, let me just.
You might be thinking of Giant Slayer, or there's another one where it's like
okay, Colossus Slayer.
Yeah, it just
there's another one
that it has to be harmed. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Giant.
And she harmed it.
There's Colossus Slayer and Giant Killer. Giant
That's what it
Killer,
is.
it's got to be big. Colossus Slayer just has to have been damaged. Also, don't forget your Hunter's Mark, Mama.
I did. I cast
okay.
my Hunter's
All right.
Mark as the
Perfect.
bonus. Thank you, though. All right. So for the damage, oh yeah, that's nice. Let's see, 11.
So
Let's see,
pleased.
15. All right, 15 for the first. Oh, and Colossus Slayer. Hello. What was it for Colossus Slayer? Holy shit.
A D8.
D8,
Yep.
there it is. Oh my god. Okay, so 18 points of damage for that first arrow, just aiming for the legs to try and maybe stagger it, or maybe bring it to its knees so that Snacks can like have more.
It's not looking good. It's barely holding on.
All right, since Colossus Slayer hit for this one, I'm gonna do sharpshooter. So she just sets Grath like visibly like kind of crouches a little bit more, sets in her stance, draws it back as far as possible, and 16 to hit.
Yep.
Thank God. Okay. So for this, for the damage on this one, as it sinks in, oh my God. Let's see, 8 plus 4, 12. 15, 25 points of damage for the second arrow.
The same one that was staggering?
That same one that was staggering. She like
absolutely
aims.
Falls.
Cool.
As Grath is just like picking this thing down, Snacks is like, "Oh yeah, who's so big now? Oh yeah, you're not too big for those, huh? How you doing?" Like just,
Adam Snacks.
This is all you. I'm hyping you.
Is it still alive?
No, it's not. It's not alive.
Oh, it's dead. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the end of Grath's turn. She just kind of like
completely
turns to see what else is going on.
Leaf, all of this chaos is happening around you. In this very moment that you just tried to tip these guys with some gold, 3 of them have gone. One's laughing. 3 are dead. All of them tried to attack you and are frozen, and their will cannot allow them to attack you.
There is one that is injured in front of me. Is that correct? Or
yes. So the one that is laughing, it's laughing on the ground, but it's been injured pretty heavily.
Oh, that means I'm gonna get advantage on my attacks on this guy.
Oh, he's incapacitated. It's literally a stomp match.
I can only imagine how scary this would be. But Leaf, like, if you can imagine, like the camera looking up as this orc monk looks down at him, and as everyone is trying to attack Leaf and no arrows are flying, it's this moment of helplessness where Leaf is just gazing down at him, and he reaches back and he just starts pulling the spear off of his back and just looks down at this centaur, and I say, "Peace comes in many forms, my friend." And he lines the spear up like a pool stick and aims down, like leaning back, and I'm gonna kill him.
Okay.
Sweet. I'm going to hit you with a wheel as you prepare to attack, so you can add a d6 to your roll. Not that you'll need it.
A d6 to the attack roll?
Yeah.
Just in case you could roll.
That's a bonus to hit.
Yeah.
D6. That's so messed up.
Yeah, he's prone and incapacitated.
Yeah, but your dice were being very mean earlier. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Yeah, you get advantage.
The first attack is definitely going to hit, and the second attack, rolling with advantage. Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, I'm. So I hit him twice, and then I'm going to spend a point to do flurry of blows.
You're just gonna man this dude.
That's amazing.
I love it.
I'm gonna spend a point to flurry of blows this guy.
You're like those, those boxing puppets that people used to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so flurry of blows, and so here comes the flurry of blows, which it's just gonna be very brutal. So I haven't used the D6 yet. Oof. So that's an 18. I forgot to roll with advantage though, so let me roll one more time. Okay, and then the second attack. Okay, so another, yeah, so I hit with every single time. I'm gonna spend a point of key as well to Hand of Harm him, because I can do that with one of the flurry of blows. All right, so he is going to take, let me just add all this up for you. This is so messed up.
I love it.
The first. So here are the totals, Jason. So it's 12 for the first hit. That's max. So 15 for the second.
Okay. Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
So that kills the laughing one. The laughing one is now dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Leaf.
Other attacks to others.
Oh, can I? Yeah. If that'd be great. Yeah, because I guess I should have done that. So yeah, he'll redirect the next attack to the one that's standing in front of him. So the 2 flurry of blows that'll hit him, he's going to take 6 plus 7 plus the Hand of Harm, so 8. So yeah,
6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, 6, 7, and 8. Literally 6, 7, and 8 points of damage as Leaf just very quick, like brutal, short stabs. One of them into the throat of the centaur, and then at that moment, the spell Sanctuary breaks because I've attacked someone. So there's no more Sanctuary spell on me. Okay. And as they animate, Leaf immediately turns around and delivers 2 sharp kicks to the knees of the centaur in front of me. And I Hand of Harm him, channel necrotic energy through my foot as I kick him.
Excellent.
And that's my combat round.
Okay, so
Jeez.
Javi, there's 4 dead, there's 4 alive. 2 have melee weapons, 2 have ranged weapons. They're all wounded. The 2 in melee are much more wounded than the 2 with the ranged weapons.
Okay. And the 2 with the ranged weapons, are they standing close to each other?
They are. They were all standing in a circle, and the 2 with the bows were the farthest back, but they're only back by maybe like 30 feet.
Okay, I'd like to cast Cloud of Daggers and try to get both of those 2 ranged dudes.
Well, Cloud of Daggers is 5 feet cubed.
Yeah. Are they close enough for that?
I would say you got to pick one or the other.
Okay, I'll pick one of the ranged ones then.
Okay.
And I think that just hits. Yeah, I don't have to roll. I just roll damage.
Cypher's peeking in to say hi, y'all.
Hello.
29 damage.
How much?
29.
29. Okay, yeah. That will.
Oh.
One of them, it's not dead yet, but it's not looking good at all.
Lovely. And I'm
not
also
happy.
Javi's going to use a new bonus action she has that does nothing but looks cool.
Look cool.
It's tempestuous magic because now has a 1 level of sorcerer. So she's a gust of air just lifts her 10 feet off the ground, and you can see her just floating, looking real evil and spooky.
Oh wow. Yeah, the centaurs who play guitars are not. Their
band is breaking up.
Yeah, they're like, why
Permanently.
did I
This
ever
was
get
their
into
last
this?
recording.
They're
Why
losing
did I
this
ever
battle of
decide
the
to be a
bands.
musician?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're now at the top of the round, and it's Thanato's turn.
There's how many of them have still survived?
4 left. 3 are 2 are heavily wounded, and 2 are wounded.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up then.
Yes.
I say so. It's about time for the break anyway. So
It's about time for the break. I will drop a level 5 Jim's magic missiles on them.
A level 5.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Wow.
Thanato gonna
Off as you go
Thanato.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Donato's like, I want
you-
splatter
you-
effect on this.
Until the next one.
exactly. Like I very much, I'm like not looking at them. I'm just looking at Karina. Like, you know, I've really missed doing this. It's so much more fun. It's just like bolts of like necrotic energy are erupting out of him, flying towards those two.
I'll never forget when you made that cult leader explode.
Oh yeah, that was.
I'm like, yeah, we got to try that on the Lich.
That
Remember that
was
thing when I'm
amazing.
like, get him, Karina, and you're like,
Yes.
oh, but yeah, we have to remember that move.
Love
Let's
that.
see.
Oh.
That's gonna be a 16 and a nice. So I'm gonna break this down like individually.
Okay.
Against these guys to see if it's enough to. So on one of the injured ones, that's going to be. Let's see. Sorry, slow animation coming. I'm gonna start rolling for the next one. Ooh, that was garbage. That's only 9 points on one of the injured ones.
Okay.
If he's still up, I'll put 2 more on him because I have five bolts total. I believe I have 5 total. No, I have.
At level 5, I think you have 8 bolts, don't
I
you?
have 7. I have 7 total that are coming out. So
Okay.
that was two on that guy, and then what?
What's the second one on it?
That's going to be. I'm just crit fishing now. Hang on, this is the third one. All right. It's gonna be. Oh, come on. It's very dramatic. An additional 5 points of damage. Just roll like hot garbage on that guy.
One of them days.
Yep.
Still,
All right.
still up.
Man, put 3 more on him. I'm getting irritated by him
Now
now.
down.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And then.
There's 3 left.
Yep.
And then number 3.
Right, so here comes the 4th one after this. That's to be another 9 on him.
On the next one, okay.
Oh wait, no, I dropped the first one went down.
Yeah, you dropped.
Okay.
Drop the
All right,
first
so-
one now.
All right, so that's 9 on that guy, and then here comes the 4th. So I'm going to the next one. Finally got a crit on this. So I'm going to spread this one around a little bit.
Okay.
That's going to be another 14 on that guy.
Okay, he's actually still up. He wasn't as badly injured as some of the others.
All right, so here I'm going to parse this. I'm just going to put a regular one on him, and I'm going to put the crit on one of the ones that's spry. So let's see.
Okay.
Coming for the 5th one. So I'm going to put another 7 on him.
He's down. You dropped him. There's
All
2
right.
left. There's a spry one with a bow and a pretty heavily damaged one with a mace.
All right, here comes the 5th one. This is the crit on him.
On the
This
spry one
is
or
on the spry one.
Okay.
And I have 2 beams 16 on the spry one.
Okay.
I'm going to put the last two on the spry one. And then after this, doesn't hit as hard without my without my spirit guardians, but that's all right. It all adds up. Another 8 on him.
Okay.
And if he's still alive, I'm gonna put the fiend on him.
He is still alive.
All right. And the fiend is also gonna hit him for. The fiend is gonna get him for 20 more points of fire damage.
He is down. There is 1 left.
And I just look at him, the one that's left, and I say, "Tell us what. Oh, we're over here. Tell us what we want to know, and you can survive this." And that's it.
He pulls off his necklace and he says, Take this and use it to get out of here. And he drops
Snacks
it.
just
I
scream,
knew it.
Dibs!
Drops it
Dibs!
and goes to gallop off.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's up to you if you guys let him go. I just said it. I mean, you can shoot him in the back.
No, he's
Yeah.
retreating.
Okay.
Guys, okay?
Are we letting him?
I mean, it is
go?
Karina, it is your turn.
Mm.
So
Could be trouble.
Are we letting? Fetch, and I'm gonna send the dragon to go finish it.
all right.
So the answer is no. We're not letting him go.
No. Do you want me to roll it because it's 2 rend attacks and a breath weapon? and I think it will hit.
You could just, it was one of the ones that was pretty heavily wounded,
Yeah.
so you could just describe to me what happens.
Yeah, I have a new puppy, so I imagine my dragon just being like my husky, that like gets really excited, does the like front paw drop, and then just bounds and pounces, and is just treating the centaur like a squeak toy. Yeah, it's very good. Just ragdolling it. We don't have to see like what it's like. There's fluff and squeaking, and it's so cute. It's so cute.
And with that, we're going to take a short break, everybody. We'll be
Right.
back in 10 minutes for the conclusion of the season 1 finale of the Gaxx Pack.
Conclusion.
Back soon.
All right. See you all in a minute.
The mighty red dragon swoops in over the battlefield. The wind beating from its wings nearly knocks you over. As you stand in its mighty presence, you realize there is no hope for any of you.
Well, I'm out of spells, so I'm just a 10th level dude.
And I'm still unconscious. So if one of you could please go into my bag and get my healing potion, that'd be great.
Then I smash the lizard. Raging, charging, power attack.
Roll your worthless attack. Your pitiful attack glances off the dragon's scale, and it opens its mouth, casting you in the molten glow of its inner heat as it prepares to release its fiery breath upon you all.
Wait, I haven't gone yet.
What weapon could you possibly have to defeat the great dragon?
The greatest weapon in all the realm, forged by Norse foundry to defeat all evil.
No, it can't be.
Take up a fight against evil with the finest weapons in the realm at NorseFoundry.com. And be sure to watch Dragons and Things.
This is everything you need to know about our terrain in 60 seconds. We hand sculpt our pieces for maximum detail and artistry, infusing passion into every millimeter of our work. Everything is available beautifully hand painted so you can start playing right away. Or you can choose unpainted to paint everything yourself. Our pieces are completely modular so you can use the same sets to create a new adventure every time. We create everything out of Dwarvenite, our top secret PVC formula that's nearly indestructible. We pack our pieces with as many features as possible, such as swappable LEDs to quickly change the look of your scene. We offer magnetic accessories to add flavor or increase the danger. A 1-inch tactical grid is sculpted into our floors. We offer a range of environments, including dungeons, caverns, cities, castles, sewers, forests, mountains, streets, burrows, ice, and hellscape. And that's just the beginning. That's everything you need to know about Dwarven Forge in 60 seconds.
Hello, I'm Benwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
Quiet, you. I'm here to tell everyone about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy game from Codename Entertainment.
It's a management game with an emphasis on formation strategy, where you assemble parties of legendary heroes and send them on adventures through the Forgotten Realms.
Heroes? Crowy, don't you mean champions?
Players unlock legendary champions of the Forgotten Realms, like Dritz Duerden and the Companions of the Hall, Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga, and many more. Assemble the best adventuring party possible based on your formation options, champion abilities, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or just smash your mouse button repeatedly like I do and hope for the best.
Each champion has an incredible array of skills and items to let you customize your style and play even further.
Farther. Farther means more distant, further is figurative.
Well, I meant more distant, but figuratively.
That's further.
Well, customize your style even further, because Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is available on all your favorite gaming platforms. Steam for PC and Mac, Web, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, iOS tablets, and Android devices.
Well, let me know when it comes to the BlackBerry. I'm not giving up that phone. It's the only keyboard I can use.
I hear it's coming to the smart fridge next spring.
So Krull is not your average turtle. Turtles are traditionally these dopey, monk-like, slow-moving characters, and Krull, I wanted Krull to resemble a snapping turtle, or snapping turtle. Beaked, sharp spikes on the back of the shell, and the shell has been carved with draconic runes and prayers to Tiamat, and that comes out of his story, which was he was sent by the Turtles to defeat Archon, and Archon bested him, but spared his life, as long as he gave his life over to fight for the Dragon Queen, and he accepted. And since then, it's this kind of fear, but he's also a fanatic now, and I think, but yeah, I think a lot of what he does is rooted in fear. You know, I wouldn't say there is a part Renfield to him, and another pop culture reference I would make would be like a Dr. Mindbender. And he's always scheming. He's coming up with, you know, if anyone was a G.I. Joe fan growing up, he was the Cobra scientist who was working to try to figure out how to bring Serpentor back to, to existence and create this genetic. So, Krull is always searching for some elixir that's going to help Archon fight off Vecna's influence as the necrotic energy of the hand grows up his arm into his body. Krull has commissioned some group of adventurers to bring him back a baby unicorn horn that he's going to grind up into a powder that he's going to feed to Archon somehow and stave off the necrotic energy. He's checking in with the artifact squads to check their progress to see if anyone's found the eye or found some leads on the eye of Vecna or any other sorts of weapons that could help Archon in his quest, Tiamat and the Dragon armies for their quest. So, very highly intelligent. I mean, he's also super strong. He's got a 20 strength, and he swings this giant two-handed maul that has frost capabilities. And so he's a very fearsome fighter. Always surrounded by the dead, and he wears this white, like a white grease paint over his face, so that he looks like a skeleton. Like you would think he was undead at first glance, but he isn't. It's if that could give him some sort of advantage over an opponent that stumbled upon him. But there's always these zombies and whites and the undead around him. He's always experimenting on the dead.
Something is out there. It's massive, dangerous, and untamed. Prepare to bravely face Wildlands. Savage new wilderness gaming terrain by Dwarven Forge. Immerse your players in an epic gaming experience like no other. Launching August 9th.
Hello, I'm Benwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
Quiet, you. I'm here to tell everyone about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy game from Codename Entertainment.
It's a management game with an emphasis on formation strategy, where you assemble parties of legendary heroes and send them on adventures through the Forgotten Realms.
Heroes? Crowy, don't you mean champions?
Players unlock legendary champions of the Forgotten Realms, like Dritz Duerden and the Companions of the Hall, Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga, and many more. Assemble the best adventuring party possible based on your formation options, champion abilities, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or just smash your mouse button repeatedly like I do and hope for the best.
Each champion has an incredible array of skills and items to let you customize your style and play even further.
Farther. Farther means more distant. Further is figurative.
Well, I meant more distant, but figuratively.
That's forther.
Well, customize your style even further, because Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is available on all your favorite gaming platforms. Steam for PC and Mac, Web, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, iOS tablets, and Android devices.
Well, let me know when it comes to the BlackBerry. I'm not giving up that phone. It's the only keyboard I can use.
I hear it's coming to the smart fridge next spring.
But don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Okay, we're back.
The 80s made no sense, man.
The dishes are done, dude. All right, sorry. Gotta quote the movie if you're gonna.
Yeah. All right, we are back, and you have just slain the centaurs who play guitars. Unfortunately, their band is now legend off. Maybe they're alive in another universe. We can only wish.
I prefer to think of them as battling evil in another dimension.
They're making music somewhere far away in the great beyond.
They're making music on harps now.
You appear to be alone for all intents and purposes. You are now alone in this box canyon. The last centaur gave you a hint on how you can possibly get out of there. And what would you like to do?
First of all, Leaf is going to very quietly just say a prayer over all of their bodies.
Oh, if you do that, then I'm gonna run over to the dragon spirit and I'm just like, drop it. And I will get you a corpse so you can pray over that one too.
And just gives it a quick prayer and says, "You may resume." And
and then just disappears. It's probably been an hour.
Snacks literally does like a leap and then down on the necklace and is screaming the entire time, "Dabs! Dabs!" and grabs it and holds it up victoriously. Dabs!
The silver
Bobby's
horseshoe
gonna-
necklace?
Yes.
Okay.
Howie's gonna come down from her levitation and land near Snacks and just, I just want to check it out, see what it can do.
Grath walks over and assists. Okay,
If you
Snacks. Yeah,
recall-
let's check it out first.
If you recall, each one of them was actually wearing one of those. So
Right.
There are 8 total.
Right. So there are other ones still on the corpses.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna walk over to a
When-
corpse and pick one up.
When Leaf was making that perception check, and he rolled so crappily, he would have noticed that they were all wearing them. But it was
Yeah.
when he so he did notice that when he took the fate point. So
Also, search them just in general. I mean, were there any of their items or instruments magical? You know, just the whole nine. You know.
Do they
as
have
far as you can tell,
pockets?
no. Oh, and by the way, our producer told me we were only 27 follows away from 7,000 followers.
Oh my
So
gosh!
great to get that.
So much.
Because our
Sweet.
channel will still be doing things in between before the Gaxx Pack comes back. I mean, we had to go away just so we can be back to say the
True.
Gaxx Pack comes
You
back.
gotta retire. You gotta retire to have the comeback tour.
You
Yeah,
hate
right,
to
yeah.
see us
Yeah.
go, but you love to watch
us leave. Yeah. Mhm.
Gax back.
Gax back, baby. Got Gax. Yeah, lay face with an Oakland booty.
Look, I was trying to sub other places into there, and I couldn't do it fast enough. Yeah.
LA face with an underdark booty.
Oh,
There it
that
is.
was good.
Hey, because Snacks and I are both from parts unknown, right?
That's very good.
LA face with an underdark booty.
I'm just picturing like a drawn picture of Snacks, and then it's just like dumps like a truck. Nice filigree, like a nice
Exactly.
like Muka or Evo.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna exist now.
Just
you're
yeah,
going,
we
Javi,
need
you're
that
going
on your we need that on your tombstone, Vivka. Like one day in the far future,
Yes.
like that's all. It's a picture of you with dumps like a truck. That's it.
Love it.
Dumps like a truck.
No name. Just
Yeah, exactly.
there lies dumps like a truck. and it keeps going like underneath it. Truck.
Yeah.
Welcome
Okay,
to Gaxx
casting
Back,
identity.
everyone.
Yes, hello.
back.
Good thing,
Welcome
good thing
back.
good
Yes,
thing we don't have
I'm-
like an hour to wrap this thing up. All right, great.
I'm casting identify on one of the necklaces.
Oh, nice.
Great. You realize that necklace, combined with other necklaces, could create a portal.
Ooh,
What we
gonna
have.
form like Voltron.
Fascinating, Captain.
Talking grass
Mhm.
language.
Amazing.
I tell this to everyone else, and I say, "Everyone get one. Everyone get one."
Okay.
All right.
I grab one.
Grath does as well.
Okay. Yep.
You're not because you've only cast detect magic, or you cast identify on it.
I cast
Yeah, identify.
identify.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can drop a ritual detect magic if need be.
With identify, you realize that you need to place all of them in a circle to activate it.
Oh, interesting. So it literally like forms a circle of teleportation then.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're ready to leave this place,
Absolutely.
then let's get in a circle and make this happen, y'all.
Yeah, let's do this.
Snacks
Agreed.
is holding her horseshoe. You're trying to get me Lucky Charms?
No, you hold on to yours, but we all stand in a circle with our own necklaces. Oh, there's extra necklaces, huh?
Well, no,
Take
what it
those
is
with
is you need to take all 8 of them and place them on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And step into that circle.
So Snacks, yes, we're going to have to leave them here. But it's going to get us to somewhere else that we'll find other cool things and maybe some more centaur necklaces.
Exactly.
I think Snacks is more interested in the centaur killing.
Snacks, do you want to take a haunch with you?
I was literally thinking of that.
That satyr has to have turned by now, and this is me
Oh,
talking.
This is fresh. Fresh
Um,
centaur.
Is there room in that bag still?
Yeah, Snacks brings out the bag, which Karina has not seen yet. and opens it up, and you just see her just kind of like slowly pushing the centaur into this bag.
It's a body bag of holding.
Oh,
Lunch. I have so much in here.
It is, in fact, the snacks pack.
Yeah.
Hunt's
We finally found it.
It's my bag lunch.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The body bag of holding. Thank you.
Grath
You know how
predicts
much
the
I
other
love
one.
meal prep. This is great.
We also have another one, but this one's for all the shiny, non-grody things.
Don't ever put them inside each other. You've learned not to do that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay, let's do this circle and see what we can find.
Okay.
When you place all 8 of them in a circular pattern, now a beam of light forms a cylinder and goes up higher than your eyesight can see, higher than a mile. Snacks. The light just goes straight up. It's still daytime, so it sort of dissipates with the sunlight, but it's this giant cylinder that any of you could step into.
Do we have any thoughts about where this might take us?
None.
Probably towards a lich of some sort. So,
Right.
you know, sort of like look at you guys and walk into it.
What you gonna
Okay.
do? And
Yeah.
Javi walks in after Thanato.
Grath waits for everyone else. All right. I think we have no choice.
I guess, yeah, Leaf will be the next to step in then.
Okay.
Snacks is curious as to what would happen, so she takes one of the legs of the other centaur and drags it as she walks in. She wants to know if it will be her and the leg she's holding or the entire centaur.
All right. You know what? I'm going to roll for it.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll let you know.
Let fate decide. It's the only way.
Yeah.
when you get
What
to
is the percentage of the centaur that I drag and get?
All right. I'll let you know when you get to the other side. So you've all stepped into the portal.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're heading that direction.
And that was the end of No, just kidding. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Disintegration portal. Yeah, I got
Love
it. Yay. Our one
Well, everyone
weakness,
please roll
obvious
save versus
traps.
death.
Yeah.
You are now in complete darkness.
Ah, great.
You have the sense that you have been transported somewhere, but wherever you are, it's complete darkness, and it's taking a moment for your dark vision to adjust because you've just been out in a super bright area. But the first thing, any of you with dark vision, your vision does slowly start to return, and you hear the sound of water, of running water, of moving water, rather rapidly. Like you feel as if you are on the coast of some sort of plane, and as your eyesight adjusts more, you realize that you're standing on a small flat island. So anyone with dark vision.
Speaking of which, Karina's like, oh, we're doing the dark thing again.
Yes,
and I cast dark vision on myself, and I look over at Javi like, can you see in the dark?
Not a thing, no.
Oh no.
I like you so much, and I cast dark vision on you.
Oh my.
Nice.
Wow, this looks very cool.
Right?
Thank you.
Snacks is rubbing her eyes and listening to the rushing water.
Oh, that always makes me have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, well, save it when we're lost, Snacks.
So
We'll
all of
find
you
a
have
way.
dark
Yeah.
vision now, correct?
It's not
Yep.
healthy to hold it.
How long will that last?
8 hours.
Nice.
I thought you were asking me. I was like, until I go, probably.
8 hours.
That is a mighty barbarian bladder if you can hold it for 8 hours. You know?
If she can lift 400 pounds, she can hold it for 8 hours.
It's true.
Yeah.
Then
It's
it's
the
true.
same musculature.
I mean, are we in a labyrinth? Do we need to mark anything? Because,
So
you know.
as your vision starts to clear, you realize that you're standing in a 50-foot radius disc in the middle of what appears to be an endless ocean.
I hit thaumaturgy, and I'm like, Lich, a bard named Ganzerk has sent us to destroy you, and we'd rather destroy him, so perhaps we can reach an accord.
Bartholomew.
Yes, Bartholomew. Ganzerk we want to destroy for different reasons. Bartholomew has sent us to destroy you. Perhaps we can reach an accord of some sort.
It's a good deal.
Very fair deal.
You don't hear anything. But everyone make perception check for me, please.
Sure.
That's paging Dr. Freud with the wanting to destroy Ganzerk.
Yes.
Ooh.
Leaf is saving every roll above a 10 for combat, apparently, because I roll another 3 for perception.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a natural 20, so 26.
Hey, I got 27. So we're like radar out here. Like,
Yeah. Well, okay, Leaf, we'll let you know what's up.
And I got a 19 because I can treat any roll under a 9 or under a 10, is it? Or yeah, as a 10.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, cool.
You don't see it right away, but far, far, far off into the distance, many miles away, you think you see a light source.
Okay.
I just very slowly rotate my head towards Snacks, and I'm like, you know what this means, right?
Violence?
I just point towards the bag, and I'm like, deploy the shrimpkin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Also, actually, as you're pulling out the bag, please do that. I believe in water safety, and we will be in a boat, but I would like for everyone to have a magical life vest if needed. And I'm going to cast as a ritual water breathing on everyone who needs it, which I think is everyone except the Nato, probably.
I'm partially amphibious, but thank you.
Okay, whoever needs it.
Delkin are so cool.
Thank you.
When you
They
say
really
that,
are.
the Nato looks at you and he's like, you are? Partially amphibious. Okay,
Remember that for later. Write it down in your book.
Well, because that opens up literally a whole
really
new
does.
world.
It really does.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to survive now.
I feel like the magic takes shape and Snacks has 2 little water wings on and can't like put her little arms down. She just has 2 water wings. Like,
I mean, thank you, but
I will just say, once the tiny shrimpkin is produced, I point at the button and I'm like, we have to let Karina press the button, though. Everybody, we all agree that Karina's
Yes.
You have the honors.
Like,
we all kind of stand around
we
her.
put this small boat in the water and we all just step back very
so
expectantly.
we have this tiny little boat, like a little miniature. It looks so detailed, so incredible, but you see that it has just the tiniest little button on it.
and we're like, hold on, wait, before.
And she whispers,
Say shrimpkin.
But wait, press the button first.
After, so she can.
No.
Oh no, she doesn't have to get the full experience. It's
Yeah,
true,
that's
'cause it's
right.
very small when it's
Not-
small.
not
Yes,
the
right.
tiny one.
Button,
Right, yeah,
button when small, then the word, then button when big. That's the full experience.
Wait, I have to hit the button twice.
No, just press the button. Press the button.
What kind of punishment do we
Jason
want
is
to put
like,
Jason Charles Miller through
don't-
today?
don't do it.
I'm just like, no, it's not the same when it's high pitched. No, say the word.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and I pull like a little pin out that's like in the back of like my hood and just poke the tiny button
Oh,
with
no,
the edge of
she-
the pin.
I mean, when she goes right when I see her going towards the tiny button. Honestly, when I see her going towards the tiny button, I just say shrimpkin.
No!
Shrimpkin.
I want the tiny button.
We need the full experience.
You can get both.
I'm not gonna make him do it twice.
I know. I am.
Who's the true monster among us?
So you pull out the
Yes.
the little pin and you push the button when the boat's little.
Yay!
I was too late.
Hi, I'm a boat. I got some crazy powers that you're gonna have to figure out. I'm a magic boat. I can take you anywhere you wanna go. On water, I can comfortably seat 5 and shrink to or so I've heard. I'm a magic boat. You can order me to sail if you know how to do it. Yeah, I'm a boat. Come on, say the magic word. You know there's nothing to it. I could be your boat.
Karina is just weeping and screaming at how cute that was.
Now, okay.
Thank you, Shrimpkin.
Said it.
Yeah.
She said it.
I said
So,
it.
She said Shrimpkin.
Said Shrimpkin, and now the boat expands to 20 feet long, and it will fit all of you in the boat.
And the button is still there. Yes, it is.
And the button is still there.
Slam.
It's the finale.
Encore.
I'm a boat. I got some crazy powers that you're gonna have to figure out. I'm a magic boat. I can take you anywhere you wanna go. On water, I can comfortably seat 5 and shrink to 1/10 of my size. But you gotta know the magic word, and it's pretty hard to guess, or so I've heard. I'm a magic boat. You can order me to sail if you know how to do it, yeah. I'm a boat. Come on, say the magic word. You know there's nothing to it. I could be your boat.
I started a mosh pit, by the way, while that was happening. I just like throw myself against Donato. And
I will say Donato immediately like throws his cloak over the button. He's like, we won't get anywhere if we keep it. Okay, right, all right.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Wait.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, we intend when the boat was tiny, we're going to shove it down Bartholomew's throat.
And then say the magic word.
Poetic justice.
That's the plan.
And we'll let Paracelsus push the button and hear the song so many times.
Onward, Shrimpkin. You know, towards the towards the light. All right,
imagine like a portrait of like Washington crossing the river, and like one of the people just keeps pressing the button as it tries to pass the British.
Yeah, right.
Stop like a remix is like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a boat.
I want the knife.
And then you break it. It's like, and then it doesn't work anymore.
Yep. We are all of an age there. I want the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please. Yeah. Sail towards the light.
Okay.
Yes.
Normally, I'm very much against going towards the light, like literally against it. But in this case, yes. Yeah.
A pale light emanates far, far away, and as you remember, you can just tell the boat to go, and it will go, and that's a very
hack-led way of traveling.
Yeah, it's a great way to travel because you don't need power source, or you don't need the wind to blow. Which, by the way, the wind is not blowing here at all. The water is not completely calm, but it's just very waving just ever so slightly. And as you get closer and closer to the light source, you start to see that the light source is actually elevated somewhat, and you see a dark and sinister looking tower on a small island, not much larger than the tower itself, in a radius around it. And you get closer and closer, and you see with your vision, Snacks, that it's dilapidated, and the tower is crumbling in on itself.
Whoa.
And the
That's
light
water damage
coming from a window that's partially caved in and emanating outward in a pale white light. Close enough to approach it, but you're not at the shore just yet.
To note, someone is going to have to carry me on the boat because,
right,
as per the song, comfortably seats 5.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It could uncomfortably seat 6, but
But I can have uppies. Jason, don't take this from me.
True.
okay, yeah, I'm not.
Yep. You can be on the prowl. You can be queen of the world. That's what it's like.
Yes.
No, instead it's like, what about Bob? I'm just tied to the mast. Like, wait, I'm sailing.
I'm sailing. I'm a sailor.
Sailing.
I'm sailing.
Oh, by the way, there's a thing over there.
And she tells you all from being tied up on the mast that there's a thing. There's a tower and it's crumbling.
Just in the water?
Just on an island.
There's a small island that it's on, but the island isn't much bigger than the tower itself.
And it's crumbling inward, right?
So it appears when you're approaching it, the tower is just coming straight out of the water. But as you get close enough, you realize that it's actually on a very small island.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit the old eyes of the grave to detect undead.
I pressed the button.
I'm like,
no, I'm just kidding. No.
Screaming undead.
It's 60 feet, but I'll only do it when I'm within 60 feet of the tower.
Okay. You are definitely detecting undead within.
I tell them all, I'm like, yes, it's what we think it is. I won't say it all out again, but I thaumaturgy and repeat what I said. Like, Bartholomew sent us here to kill you, but we'd rather kill him, so maybe we can work this out.
Yeah, just like somebody shouting outside my window.
That would be me. But I'll just hold a boombox outside. Like,
yeah.
When you do
the door opens, a hand comes out, a no soliciting sign gets put. The door closes.
We don't want any. Yep.
The light in the window goes out.
Oh.
I turn and look at them. I'm like, without turning off thaumaturgy, not sure if that's good for us or bad for us.
Don't yell at me.
Not sure if that's good for us or bad for us.
To go with bad.
We already saw them. It's kind of funny they turned out the light. Like,
What's going
we're
on?
not home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's bad and good.
Snacks is like reeling over once again the thaumaturgy, telling everyone where we are. So she like kind of looks and she yells out in an absolutely perfect copy of Thanato's voice, "I'm a bird. Squawk, squawk, squawk. Never mind. I'm a bird. Squawk, squawk."
Oh, Karina, you didn't know that she's mastered acting. She's a
I'm a
snack
snack
door
door.
now. It's incredible.
I'm a snack door.
I'm like, how did you project with such tiny vocal cords? That is astonishing.
It's all muscle.
I went to Juilliard.
Very compelling.
No, you ate someone named Juilliard. That is not the
Oh
same
no,
thing.
I'm sorry. That was an Orange Julius. That was really good.
I thought maybe you went to Ghouliard.
I'm gonna shout out at the tower. I'm
Happy
like, run
Halloween.
now.
Yeah.
Run now.
Yeah, just
This is
wisdom
what's coming.
damage. Just done all directions.
Yeah.
Wisdom damage. Yep. Well, I started looking for an entrance. Like, fine. Is there clearly a way in?
Yeah, actually, if you park the boat, you can actually see that there is an archway at the bottom part of the tower that maybe once long ago held a portcullis, but no more.
Let's go ahead and bring the boat. Bring the boat.
Oh,
stash
absolutely.
it like, Yeah.
No question, yeah.
So you say shrimpkin again and shrink it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess canonically Snacks has the boat, right? Just so, or wait, who's gonna be a better shot to throw it down his mouth? Is that gonna be Lee or Snacks?
I would like to bring up my shock pudding.
Right. Okay. All right. Hey, I have no dog in this fight. I know it's not me. I just want to know just who it is going to be.
So let the lizard dog hold it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Forward.
Mm-hmm.
Forward.
To the archway.
In there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now's not the time to become subtle.
Yeah.
As we go through the door, Snacks does knock on it like,
Cobalt calling. Hello.
What you see before you is a what would have been the large great room in the tower, but then at one end is actually an elevated stage, and on that stage you see a dark figure with heavy tattered robes, and the figure starts to sing when he sees you.
Excellent. We're gonna get a lich song.
I'm like,
very
when he
pleased.
starts to sing, I won't interrupt, but like the moment he starts singing, magic circle to bind him in place. So I'm like, right. It won't stop the song. He just can't leave.
I love this.
Right.
We are
We've
getting
been
an
through this too
encore.
many times. We've been through this too many times. I'm like, okay, wait, you're he gets to sing. He gets to sing.
At first, I was afraid. I was petrified.
I suggest muting. Life's a bitch when you're a lich. It's like I'm stuck in an endless glitch. Come on in, welcome friend, to the torture that never ends. Am I alive or am I dead? I don't trust half the things I've read. My skin feels like old leather, and all my bones are barely held together. Life's a bitch when you're a lich. It's like a scratch you can never itch. You're super bored all the time, and you can't even waste your wine. I was seeking power, now I just want to take a shower. I turned out to be an undead calamity. Life's a bitch when you're a lich. Life's a bitch when you're a lich. Life's a bitch when you're a lich.
I feel
I'm like, from one undead to the other, I understand. Just for the record, the magic circle I put him in, he has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets outside the cylinder. Those of us outside cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by him, and he cannot leave it. Well, actually, he has to make a charisma 20, so maybe this might not even work. Charisma 20 saving throw. He might be able to just beat it.
You have a portent. What are you talking about?
He probably does. It's also worth noting that I'm sure this guy has legendary actions.
He does have legendary resistance, so let's see what happens.
Here we go.
But hey, I'll soak one off of him with this. That's fine.
Yep.
He fails it, but he decides to succeed. So that would supersede your portent as well.
Well, I'm not going to use the portent. It would. That's why I just won't do that. Yeah, because charisma 20 is pretty high, but I'll soak off a legendary resistance. But I see when he does that, I'm like, just so we're not talking. Are we? Because perhaps we can work something out here. But I mean, we could just dispatch you. That is also fine.
You seem sad. Maybe we can help with that.
Yes, you wish to do violence. We have enemies. We can work this out.
Who art thou? Why comest thou hither to disturb my singing?
Okay, we are people who have access to showers. You said you want a shower. What more could you want?
I mean, I meant that metaphorically. I tried taking a shower, and I can't rinse the lich stink off of me.
Oh, that does happen that way.
That is, you are an animated corpse. We were sent here by someone called Bartholomew to destroy you, and quite frankly, we'd rather not. To be clear, we will, but we'd rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah, why does Bartholomew want us to destroy you? Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bartholomew? He always was a trickster.
You know him?
If you had the opportunity to maybe get back at him, would you take it?
Yeah.
Because
I don't know. I'm just so depressed. I just hate being a lich.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's legit.
Wait. Okay. No, listen. No, I also exist in a state of questionable life and death. Well, you've been at this longer than I have, but I want you to know that I understand. And I do actually kind of come towards him. I have my sword sheathed, but I do have my shield, you know? And I'm like, you don't have to just be here alone and sad for all time. There's a whole world out there to subjugate and make your own.
Oh, what? No, what? You lost the thread of that.
Maybe. Or be
I'm just not
Hey, Boo,
inspired.
you good?
Figuratively?
I'm just not inspired to do anything anymore.
Oh no, but look at you. You're great and powerful. Like, I bet it probably took a long time to perfect the magical power necessary to manifest your transformation, right? Isn't he beautiful? He's beautiful, everyone.
And
I'm not beautiful. Come on.
Oh no! Yeah,
Look at
my
me.
gosh. Are you calling me a liar?
As someone that deals with chronically dry scales, I understand the old leather thing. I have some really nice salves that will help really replenish and moisturize and work out those little crow's feet. And then we can talk about dust baths, which is what I do. And it's way better than water.
Snacks. You called those crow's feet. That is a lich. That is like a raven's queen, just betwixt the eye. It's fine. You look fine. You look fine. You look great.
I mean, look, I'm surrounded by water. I try to take baths all the time.
How did that happen, by the way?
Rotting flesh.
I'm just curious. How did that happen? How are you here on this? We don't even know where we are, to be perfectly honest with you. Is this an elemental plane? How did you become trapped here?
I mean, I can leave anytime I want.
Oh, all right.
I just don't want to because I'm depressed. Life sucks when you're a lich.
Is there any way we can help you with that? Because I don't know much about magic, but there's got to be a way.
And yes, and also Vecna and Acerarak seem to be finding ways to have a great time as liches. So maybe you're just looking at this from the wrong angle.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I should just kill you. Maybe that'll cheer me up.
No, it won't.
Probably
Trust me,
won't.
it's just the same old thing you've been doing for forever.
Do you
I
want
wanna do
us to
something
kill
different.
you?
I mean, we could destroy you if you like, but look at us. Look at us. I'm an undead drow. We have a kobold, an orc, a tiefling. Two tieflings. Wait, are you? No, Javi, you're a genasi, right?
No, I'm an air genasi.
Yeah, right. Sorry. They're the tieflings of the skies. Look, all of us are creatures that are traditionally looked down upon, and we do great things, and so can you.
It's about the messaging, really.
Imagine the vengeance you could wreak on your enemies.
Whoa. Okay, we're doing it. I just put my hand over Thanato's mouth, like, okay. We're gonna take a type 5 on that. Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem. I've destroyed all of my enemies.
Hey,
no
well,
enemies left.
can I offer up something?
Sure.
You could be a little unpredictable and try swinging the other way. I'm just saying, as a lich with an incredible amount of power at your hands, you could probably find a great amount of fulfillment in helping people for once. It's something that's never really been done as a lich before, and you could totally throw people.
A persuasion check.
Sure.
While this conversation has been happening, I want to cast Rary's telepathic bond as a ritual.
Can I? How many fate points do we have?
3, I think. Still,
Absolutely.
we haven't used any, right?
Can I burn one?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, on your reroll, I'm also using another point of wheel.
Okay, so I get to add a D6.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll hit you with guidance. You get a D4. You get another D4 also.
Yes.
Add a D4 as well.
Add a D4 and a D6.
Okay. So 23.
Yeah.
No, is that right? No, that's not right. It's actually
way higher than that.
Yeah.
27. Sorry, 27.
Yes.
I just appreciate I tried to go full bowler head guy on this.
I rolled a
Everybody will say to let go
19.
and move on, but don't.
I rolled a 19 plus 1 plus 3.
Yes.
Well, maybe that's something I could do, but I wouldn't know how to do it alone.
You want help?
Could you help me?
Really? Yes, that would be.
Do we have to sing?
That would be an honor. Yes, in fact, yes, of course, I would be more than happy to help.
I don't know where to start.
Honestly, I think we should start with the skin because if you are bathing with salt water too much, I'm worried that you're having an allergic reaction. Yeah.
We could start with trying to right the wrong that's happened with this bard who has clearly caused you pain and us pain.
Javi says, "Oh, Bartholomew's a bard? Interesting."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good place to begin. And then from there we... What's that?
He thinks he's a bard.
Oh, yes, that's true.
He's not to my taste either. You were a far superior vocalist.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Maybe we go handle Bartholomew once and for all, and once he's out of the way, we can start working together on how to help people.
I just lean over to Karina and I'm like, I shouldn't point out now that we could eradicate Bartholomew's lands and holdings and family.
Maybe leave that one just
right.
close to the vest.
Okay, right. I'm following you guys' leads on this.
You're
You're
doing great. You're doing great.
No, you're doing great. I've missed you. Did you know I've missed you?
Where is he now, Bartholomew?
He is currently in the Iron Citadel. It's more than iron. It's adamantite citadel.
I think I know this Bartholomew.
You said before you thought he was a trickster.
Yes, he is a trickster.
So you've had experiences with him.
Yes, I believe he's Evander's son.
Yes, that's him. That's the one. Well, I know what I'm proposing is somewhat out of the box, but it seems like what you need is to shake up your existence a little bit and go outside the box. Help us with this, and I would personally be happy to help in any way I can. And look at it this way. You have nothing to lose. And if you decide you don't like the direction we're going, you will always have your other options that have yet to bring you happiness, but you have those as options still.
After about 10 minutes of this conversation, we all should now have that telepathic bond up and running. So we will be able to speak to each other without the Lich hearing. And I'd like to say, can anyone just check to see if this is actually working on him? Whoever has good insight.
Would love. My passive insight's a 19. Do I have to roll?
No.
I mean, I will if you want.
Yeah, my passive's 18 too. Yeah, right.
Yeah. All the wisdom kids.
To note, because we are all telepathically linked and Snacks didn't know this was happening, just immediately all of you are hearing
Snacks. Can you turn it down, Snacks? Can you? Thank you.
All right, what are you going to say to each other telepathically?
Well, I asked someone to just
see
check
if
it's working. Yeah.
Okay, it is working.
It's working. Okay.
So yeah, Leaf will await his reply.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's go back to the moment in time that he sent you away.
Oh.
That's
brilliant.
We've made significant coin and power since then. I don't know that I necessarily want that all erased.
He sent us away just this time, right?
Oh, this time.
I mean, just now, yeah.
Right. Yes. I thought you meant like 6 months ago.
No.
I'm like,
Donato, you have a hell of an imagination.
Donato, in your mind, I'm like, did you make money while we've been here?
So much
Are you holding out on me?
No,
Donato's using cheat
Bag
codes.
of holding full of gold.
Yeah. I'm like, yes, please. Absolutely. We've brought a gift for Bartholomew that we can't wait to see him experience firsthand.
I love this idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a boat. We brought him a boat.
We literally brought him a boat.
Oh, yes, the boat. Yes.
Yes.
I saw
Let's
that.
do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Sir, what is your name? Or ma'am, I actually don't know anything about you.
My name is Asperdes.
Asperdes.
Asper.
I cover up Donato's mouth again, but I'm also cackling in my own head. Like,
You'll hear you.
Laugh out loud. Don't laugh out loud. Don't laugh out loud.
Can we call you Ass Bear for short?
No, you may not.
Very well.
I still have some dignity left, whether I'm depressed or not.
There is only one undisputed ass baron, and that is X anyway. So yes, fine. This is
All right. Asperities, let's do this. Let's see it done. And then we can start the new chapter of your existence together.
Very well.
What does
I
that
will
sound?
create a circle. You will all step into the circle with me.
So be it.
Sort of like look at all of you guys, and I'm like, well, now I've got friends who are devils and a lich. This has just been an excellent turn of fortune, I must say. That's Karina's back. That's not much. I'm about to get revenge. There isn't much more I desire. Right.
Asperities is going through this is a very important moment for him. This is a lich who's decided to do something else. I think it's great. Let's do this. And I want everyone, Leaf turns to everybody and says, I want everyone to prepare yourselves to take a mental snapshot of the look on this bard's face when we reappear with the lich.
Yes.
I just do say via the telepathic bond, I'm like, if this turns to treachery, we have to just kill all of them, though, right?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I mean, we all
It's good for me. That's fine
Okay.
for me. Absolutely. Let's just like check in with each other. Do we need to kill this lich or not?
Yeah,
Have them fight each other, and
Right.
whoever
Yeah.
survives, if they try to kill us, we'll just finish the job.
Excellent tactical assessment,
via
Grant.
the
No, we're definitely
telepathic
killing
bond.
Bartholomew, though. We're killing Bartholomew.
Oh, absolutely. Via the telepathic bond, it's
legally distinct.
For some reason, Asperities the lich is like, what is that sound?
Oh no.
He can hear that? All right. No more conversation on that one. Let's go ahead and step into the circle.
Circle up, friends.
Right. Friends
All right.
circle.
We get in the circle.
All right, you get into the circle. And
I like that we're saving a depressed lich. Like, I really
love this.
You notice
I'm
the
totally
one
down
thing
with this.
that made Thanato turn away from violence. I was like, well, we'll kill you. I'm sad. Oh, buddy. No,
Yeah.
can't die sad. No,
Yeah.
look at you. You're magnificent. Yeah.
Halloween finale.
Snacks takes a step towards the circle and it's just like, going in the circle with you.
You
All right.
see a flash of darkness envelops all of you, and you are now
roll up new characters.
You are now on the bridge with Bartholomew and your former selves.
Oh.
For a one split second, you see your former selves being teleported away by Bartholomew, and now you are back. So Ganzerg, Narlac are tied up to chairs. You're there with the lich. And
Doc Brown is
holding the lanthorn.
This is totally a Twin Pines Mall moment.
Yes.
In that split second, the Snacks has managed to do the Spider-Man meme.
Yes.
I realized I didn't say I want to prepare an action, but I do want to do something the absolute split second I can when we appear.
What would you like to do?
Especially Ganzerg was laughing when he sent us away, right?
Yes.
I mean, not Ganzerg, Bartholomew.
Bartholomew was
Right.
laughing.
Hold person. And I've foreseen this moment. He gets a 7.
Yes.
On Bartholomew?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming he doesn't have a legiondary action.
I mean, hey, but I'm gonna burn through his too. Then
That's true.
fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn it down.
Bartholomew decides not to. He decides to
But
to get loose.
He does look surprised when we reappear with a lich.
What?
Found him.
Leaf is gonna be like, sorry, we thought about what you said and decided no.
He's actually a really cool guy if you just talk to him. Has some skin issues, but we're gonna work on that.
I mean, don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously, we really need to do.
We're gonna get you a retinol. It'll be fine.
It's no. Look, my skin is wonderful. What are you talking about?
I would say that
We're lovely.
that you have successfully surprised Bartholomew. Therefore, you and the lich have one free round to blast away at
Oh man, I'm going to enjoy. This is going to be, I hope my goddess isn't watching because she's probably going to be disappointed by how much I'm about to enjoy this.
Yes.
I would like you guys to roll for initiative.
All right.
You will all get
just to keep it in the order. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh.
cool. Awesome. All
right.
21.
7.
12.
I got 12 too.
I got 8.
Yeah, you can go before
Lower.
me. Go ahead.
You sure?
I have a -1 to Dex. You're good.
Oh, okay. I just have a +1.
Snacks got a 17. Javi and Karina, or Javi and Graf got 12.
Oh, I got 7.
Javi and Karina got 12. And who has better decks? Did we just?
I'll go last.
Okay. All right.
To be clear, will my whole attempt at hold person count as my action, or was that even before we entered initiative? It's fine. I'm fine either way.
That will count as what you're doing.
No problem. I'm good with it counting.
And then
I will say I move physically closer towards Bartholomew though.
Okay.
Like I mean I do it and then I go towards him. Yep.
And Leaf, what did you get again?
My total is a whopping 8.
And Grath's was 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Lucky number 7.
Right. And then hold on, I'm gonna roll for the Lich. I'm gonna roll initiative for a Lich. That doesn't happen every day.
It's true.
When they're on your side.
Yeah. It's true.
Hey, how you doing? Okay. All right. He's kind of in the middle of the road right now, but that's okay. Okay, so Thanato, that would have been your action, right?
Yeah, because I don't really have a relevant bonus action that I want to do besides like very much going towards him though.
Fair enough. Liches actually, if you look up liches, they actually have pretty good decks. I think just
is spry.
Ooh. Yeah, they've got some.
Just for your own ease, would you like me to control the Lich?
Yeah, you know what? I will let you control the Lich.
All right.
How happy are you right now, B Dave?
Hey,
you are the undeadiest of undead that ever undeaded.
Fourth in initiative, I will let you
end this battle.
Yeah.
I just know it's always very difficult. It's very difficult to pit you against you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
yeah, go ahead
a hard
and
thing, so.
use the Lich stats from D&D Beyond.
Perfect.
And Snacks, it's your turn.
Snacks after doing the Spider-Man things looks at the Lich and kind of gives on his hand like a little like friendly like pat, and she's like,
don't worry, you got friends now. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of violence. I think you're gonna like the way that we work. Be right back, uppies.
And I take a leap at Bartholomew going into the rage, like hacker out the whole 9 yards. Okay. And I am just I'm having flashbacks of not how upset I was, but how upset everybody else was being stuck underground for like 6 months. And use that to fuel her attack.
Nice.
And that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
I was genuinely worried. And that's nice. That's 15 points of damage. For me, it's good.
Nice.
And then for my second attack, I crit.
Wow.
Like you do.
Like one does.
So when she
like Hacker does,
of course, a 5 foot by 5 foot explosion of colorful confetti explodes everywhere in the room, and Hacker.
Hacker.
Mighty silly laugh.
Through the explosion of confetti, Snacks' head pops out, and to the Lich is like,
see, it's fun. We're a good time. You're gonna like it here.
And that's 25 points of damage.
Nice.
Is that it for you?
I mean, like, what is Bartholomew like standing, floating?
He's floating in the air, but the bridge isn't that high. He's about 10 feet in the air, but you could still, you could still reach him because the ceiling is only about 15 feet high. So I'm just
pinata-ing him.
Yeah.
I crit on his ankles, but that means that I can't do flippy.
Ow!
Right. I will say, after that, the Lich is going to take a legendary action and activate Paralyzing Touch on Bartholomew.
All right. Yep.
Which is going to be a 30 to attack. And Bartholomew has to give an 18 con save.
Okay. Hold on. It's Paralyzing Touch?
Yeah, it's going to be 13 points of cold damage and an 18 con save.
Okay. He made the con save.
All right, then he's not paralyzed, but he does get the 18 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much all mine. I'm just swinging Hacker as Hacker is laughing, pinataing him in my pile of confetti. I feel like for my bonus action, I'm just kind of like jumping at his heels, snapping like.
And it's now the Lich's turn in initiative.
Excellent, because Liches get stitches.
They give stitches. They're surgeons.
They get riches.
They kill bitches.
So, the Lich is going to target Bartholomew with Dispel Magic. So any third level spell or any third level effect or lower ends, anything that is fourth level or higher, we have to make an opposed roll to see if that stops also.
Okay. Let's do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Roll because hold on, I think.
Let me ask. Oh, sorry, I have a different question also for just for the because I forget how we do it here. Do legendary reactions and things of that nature reset at the top of the round or reset at the person's turn? Because it's two different ways of doing it, and different people have their taste. So
they usually reset at the end on initiative count 20.
Okay.
Right? So the last.
Okay.
The round
point. Yeah.
I was about to say that's the top of the round, but technically Thanato goes ahead of that. So, but yes. Okay. Got it. Groovy.
Okay. Yep. So, Bartholomew very unceremoniously falls to the ground because because Fly is level 3. So,
and again, if there's anything else, that's an opposed roll. But yeah, anything 3 and it just stops. Okay.
Okay.
And the Lich just looks at Snacks and gives a terrifying smile.
Yeah, I feel like he fell right in front of Snacks, and she's just like, "Oh yeah."
Let me just make sure that with this current, hang on. Yep. I mean, he doesn't have extra actions or anything, so that's gonna be it for the Lich.
Okay, Javi.
Oh wow, I'm this early in initiative?
Yeah. You believe it?
That never happens. Okay. I'm going to. Are we pretty close to him?
Yeah, the bridge is not that big of a room, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to step closer, within 5 feet of him, and I'm going to utter a word and cast Word of Radiance, and just kind of cross my hands over my arms and just say, "This guy really sucks, and I've only known him a few minutes, and I can tell that's much." And then a blast of radiant energy bursts out from my body. It's a con. Oh, sorry, I rolled the damage. I was so excited. It was a bad roll, but anyway, it's a con save 16.
Okay.
If he makes it, can I re-roll the damage?
I love. Were you praying? Is that
fails?
Okay, can I re-roll the damage? My finger slipped. I didn't mean to roll it.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Oh, I should have also hexed him. Can I actually? I can do that as a bonus action. So the damage on that was 6 radiant. I'm going to use my bonus action to also hex him.
Okay.
And so that's going to be clear that so I can read this. I also will curse him, and then I'll roll a 1d6 necrotic damage. Is this a save? No, it's just a cast. Okay. Yeah, okay. So then he also will get 6 necrotic damage.
Okay. You feel that maybe that didn't do as much as you thought it would.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
The curse, if you cursed him like something else, it's not just the damage. It's you curse an ability score.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I would like, and he's a bard, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So would that be, what would his abilities go through usually?
Charisma. If that's.
Yep.
Let's do it charisma. He's going to get disadvantage on charisma ability checks.
Okay.
And that's my turn. I won't do my levitating thing because it's a low ceiling, you know.
All right, Karina.
Sweet. I use my reaction on myself to give myself wheel because I refuse to like not make this will hit. And I'm going to 5th level guiding bolt him. Because do you remember that time with the cult leader?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanato's like, yes, no, next time we're gonna really, you and me.
Well, let's just melt them now.
No, we got it. No, definitely do it.
Melt.
Definitely do it. Yeah, right.
Sweet. Does a 24 hit?
Yes, it does.
Cool. Okay. That's nice. Oh, so many dice. I think they rolled fairly low. That's only 16 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Only.
But the next attack has advantage on it against him.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
All right, Leaf.
Yeah.
On the ground.
He's on the ground.
You want? Yeah. When
He's a
it's all magic.
spellcaster, I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see how good he is at con saves because he's gonna get a stunning strike.
Okay.
I want him stunned. I don't want to hear any of the spellcasting nonsense. So Leaf is gonna immediately close the distance, and I'm gonna strike him. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, I can expend 1 point of key. So I'm gonna make my first attack here, and it's gonna come out to a 19.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay, I'll go ahead and expend a point of key and stunning strike him. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw against a DC of 15. Burn those.
He fails it, but uses a legendary action yet again to.
He's
succeed.
welcome to it because here comes another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend. Okay, so 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
How many times can I do when you hit with a melee attack? I could just keep. Here comes another strike. I'm gonna spend a point of key to stun him.
Okay. What does he have to roll for
It's
that?
expensive, but if he's gonna burn his legendary actions, I'll take it. It's DC 15 con.
He fails, but decides to not fail.
Excellent. And then, I'm gonna.
I will just say, while Leaf is beating on him, Thanato just looks at him and says, "I know you see it. It's coming, Bartholomew."
So for those two attacks, he's gonna take a total of 24 points of damage. And then for my bonus action, I'm not going to flurry of blows him, but for my bonus action, I am going to do an unarmed strike on him, a martial arts strike.
Okay.
That's going to probably miss. It's a 13.
We have a fate point. Use a fate point.
How many fate points do we have?
We have
You
two.
have 2 left, and this is a pretty good opportunity to use it before he can go.
We need more, folks.
All right, I'll burn a fate point and re-roll it. And I roll. Oh, that's much better. I roll a 19 to hit this time.
That'll hit.
He's going to take an additional 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Leaf just gets up there and just starts stabbing at him with the spear. There's not a lot of grace to the martial arts here. Leaf, he's. Oh wait, he was on the ground, right?
Yeah, he
Was
was
he prone?
He's standing in front of. No, he's
Well,
standing.
it's up to you. Did he land on his feet or not when the levitate broke?
He's probably on his
Dungeon
feet.
Master?
It sounded like he was prone, but I don't think it was established.
I thought
Jason.
he was on his feet.
When the levitate broke, did he fall prone or did he land on his feet?
No, he landed on his feet.
Okay.
Not prone.
Okay. So then I did that correctly. All right. In which case, I'm done. That's my turn.
Good turn. Good turn.
All right, it's Grath's turn.
Just gonna keep burning those. Burning
Grath's
those
just-
legendary resistance.
Just seeing this just onslaught against Bartholomew. Just like with the grin, she's like, this is gonna be over soon, huh? And aims
Not long now, friend.
before she aims, casts Hunter's Mark as my bonus. And then 22 to hit.
Hit.
Indeed. Oh my god. So she draws back her bow and The first shot is gonna do 10 plus. Oh, by the way, oh, never mind. I'll do it next one. 10 plus 6, 16 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
And then this time she's going to focus and once again, like, deepen her stance. 16 to hit.
That misses.
Ah, dang it. Okay, well.
Fate point.
We're using a fate point. Thank you so much again.
Burn them all. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm doing
And for everyone
sharpshooter.
that's
This
watching,
is going to add a bit.
for just a quick refresher, for every 3,000 bits that you donate, our players will get another fate point, which means a free reroll. So they
Thank
are
you so much.
battling Bartholomew.
I just got a natural 20 with that, so thank you for the fate points.
Okay,
let's do it.
We do a great damage.
I'll say that hits. Okay, cool. So for the second one, let's see. So plus 4, 11 plus 4. So for 24, I'm sorry, 25 points of damage for that like last arrow. She draws it back and lets it loose.
All right. For the first time, you see fear in Bartholomew's eyes.
Oh, I'm so happy I got a front row seat for that.
We're now at the top of the round. It's Thanato's turn. So
Thanato. Sorry, I just had to do it once.
Surprise
Thank
round.
you. Thank you. I will just say, I look at him and I look at Karina and I just say, it's almost time, Bartholomew. Almost time. And I'm going to hold my action because I'm going to mark him with Path of the Grave right before she shoots him. So,
all right.
but it does, but it don't happen yet. Yeah.
Love you. Karina said that.
I got you. Got you.
Snacks then. Snacks' turn.
I will say though, after well, I guess technically Thanato has not acted, so never mind. The Lich is not going to. The Lich will do a legendary action after Snacks, because technically Thanato has not done a thing yet. So yes, sorry.
Okay. Well, so Bartholomew is third. So Bartholomew is right after Snacks in initiative.
Yeah, but the legendary action will go off after Snacks.
After Snacks. Okay.
Okay, so
Perfect.
so I go. I do.
You go. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You
then,
go.
I've looked through all of my stuff, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with my axe. Like you all have like
After careful consideration.
Careful consideration.
Things that you could do.
Actually, you know what? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do flippies.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to snuggle on down, and I'm going to do my little spin with that thick tail, and I'm going to try to sweep the leg.
Anybody else here like the Sonic the Hedgehog charging up?
Oh, she's gonna knock the gold rings out of him. So yes.
Yes, I am, because I rolled a 24.
That
You
will
have-
hit.
No. You roll athletics. It's athletics. versus, yeah.
Okay. Did not work for Bartholomew.
just as a total aside, you guys are just all ridiculously beautiful in the promo piece for this. Like, look at all them smolders. Like Elisa here shooting heat rays out of this picture. You're just like, it came up on the screen over here. I'm all like,
Well, both
So, yeah.
like you and Elisa both are kind of smirking the same smirk, I think.
That's true. 'Cause we know what's up. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bartholomew, I have swept the leg. He falls down, and I take Hacker out and do kind of like a little flip and catch it. And let's see if that hits. Thank goodness for protected. Come on, give me a crit.
Give us a crit.
Did not, but still, like, it was like 23 to hit.
Okay.
Like 22, 23 to hit. So it's definitely hitting. The first one would be 11 points of damage.
Okay.
He's still looking fearful?
He's still very much alive, but definitely looking fearful.
Well, let's do it again then. I'm just gonna swing up for it was right there. That 20 was like, never mind. Thank goodness for tactics. Do we have a fate point? We do. We have fate points.
You know, hold on, wait. I don't mean to be overly meta, but Karina's about to blast the hell out of him, so we probably need to save that fate point to see if she can crit
it's
fish
fine.
on.
I'm good.
We have 3.
Oh, do we? Oh,
You just got
we
have 3 now.
Oh yeah, no, fate point away.
there.
Oh, fate point away. Fate
Thank
point away.
you.
Yeah.
How hard is she gonna hit him? I just wanted
Hard.
I would like
just
to
wanted
very
to
hard
give-
thank you.
Hard. Yeah. No, but if we got 3, have at it. I thought we only had 1. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I do want it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use one.
All right, come on. No whammies, big money, stop. Dang it. All right, well, apparently, I missed that second time. Somehow, he's right in front of me. I just I got
Something in my. Don't judge me.
No, you know what? You know what happened? I hit him the one time. I go up, we've got eyes, and I sink hacker right next to his head intentionally and just look at him. And now it's my turn to say,
ain't long now.
Yes.
True.
And B Dave, the Lich was going to
Paralyzing touch. So
Let's
again, that is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
that hits.
And he con save again, 18 con save.
He makes it.
10 points of cold damage though.
Of cold damage?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is now Bartholomew's turn. I need everybody. Okay. So first of all, Bartholomew is very put off by all of this.
Well.
And he puts both of his arms out and he says, "Enough!" And waves of energy come and in waves like thunder through the room, and I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is he casting a spell?
No, he's doing a legendary action.
He's doing a legendary action. Okay. Right.
Okay, so we're all making a con save, you said?
You're all making a con save. and let
What
me know
kind of thing is it? Because both the Lich and I have a number of resistances.
Right. It is actually every non-undead creature.
Ah, all right.
So,
I mean, I am of the
How's
undead
Ganser
type,
doing?
so
Technically undead, are you?
right, yeah, I am of the undead type.
yeah,
that is
Ganser.
true.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20.
Me
on my
too.
con save.
Okay.
Mhm.
Twinsies.
I got a 5.
Got a 5. All right.
You
Holly and I
know,
just look at each other and we're like,
what's your con bonus, Karina?
2.
I mean, I can use my other portent. I don't know
Please
if 16 is going
do
to get
not.
you there.
You're good.
Okay,
Don't worry
all right,
about it.
Right.
I'm a druid. I don't mind bodying damage. I will be something else.
Word.
Ooh, this form sucks. I'm gonna be a T-Rex in a minute. That's fine.
Oh boy.
Yes, bring back T-Rex.
Here we go again.
Just got a 15 though.
So, anybody who got below 18
Yeah, Leaf did.
That's high.
I did too.
would take
Oh no.
25 points of damage.
That ain't nothing to sniff at.
25 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then anyone who made the save will take half of that. So 12.
Okay.
and I will take 6.
Necrotic, you said, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then he does also go to cast a spell, but Dave, you had something prepared for that?
Counterspell. I don't even know what it is, but I don't want him to have it. The Lich is going to counterspell.
Okay.
If it's if it is level 3 or below, it just beat it. If it's higher than 3, I have to roll.
It's level 5.
Okay, so I need to beat a 15, which that's 17 on the die already before the thing. So yep.
And then I'm adding what bonuses am I adding to?
You don't do anything. I just roll it. It's I just stop anything 3rd or lower. If the casting the spell is 4th or higher, make an ability check using your spell casting modifier. The DC equals 10 plus the level. On a success, the creature spell fails and has no effect. But just stop it.
So you got you. Okay. He was attempting to cast Cloud Kill.
Yeah, it's real rough.
Ooh, yeah, that's a rough one.
Like,
yeah, that's a rough
one.
one.
What if you don't though? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a lethal spell. Yeah. Good AOE.
Okay, so it is now the Lich's turn.
The Lich is going to do another legendary action.
You got something, Snap?
Yeah, before that, I think Grath
Okay.
wanted to do something.
Oh,
as we bully.
hell,
Yes,
please.
that's really-
So I take this necrotic damage. Grath just like it kind of like whips her head back, and she like whips it back forth and reaches out her hands and
Whip
just
your hair back and forth?
Yeah. And in Infernal just like mutters with this just deep hatred, the memories of all those months spent in those starless caverns just in her mind. And then this like darkness attacks in retaliation. So
are you gonna hellish rebuke him?
yeah.
Right.
Love a hellish rebuke.
It's a dex save. Yep.
Finally been able to do that. Yeah. So you have to
Okay.
make a dex save of what was it? 14. Let me double check. Dex save of 13.
He makes it.
Ah! All right, never mind.
Cry, little guy.
Mm-hmm.
He still takes half the damage. You still have to roll it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3d10. Let's see. These dice are moving super slow. But anyways, yeah. So these like flames of darkness are just surround him and just like whipping at him for a total of 14 damage.
And half of it.
Nice.
Or halved is 7. So.
Okay.
Still
And fire damage for what that's worth. Yep.
Yeah.
Fire damage.
And it's flamey
yep.
damage.
And then he is going to get Ray of Frosteded for
Let's go.
15, 20, 21. 21 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Then on the Lich's
Also-
turn.
Feel that maybe he has some resistances to that, possibly.
I understand. The Lich is going to Finger of Death. And I've foreseen this moment. He gets a 14 on the save.
Yes.
So he's going to get Finger of Death for 78 plus 30.
Yes.
Whoa.
So let's see.
Excuse me, what?
78, not 78.
78.
Oh, yeah, I heard 78.
I like that it's 78 plus 30 because
Yeah.
Dave couldn't be bothered to say 108.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
78 plus 30. So let's see how it goes.
Finger of Death is of what school?
Necromancy. Yeah.
Be 45 plus 30. So 75 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Not counting any sort of mitigation, of course.
Right.
Not too far off.
You do feel like it didn't do as much as that, but it did enough.
Mhm.
Bartholomew is now on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
Whose turn is it?
It would have been.
It's Javi's turn.
I think it would have been me. Yeah. Is he dead?
He's not moving.
I just look at Javi and I'm all like, this has been a long build up to a very ironic and fulfilling end. So if you just
finish him.
Yeah, I know that you don't really know him, but trust us. Like,
no, it's good.
And there's, just.
Oh, yeah, I see. He's a massive asshole. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to walk up to him and, ooh, what should I do?
you should put the boat down his throat and we're gonna activate it. That's what
Yeah.
you should
Oh, yeah,
shove the
that's
boat in
right.
his
That's
mouth.
what we're
Put the
gonna
boat in his mouth. And
Oh
we're
man, we're actually doing that.
Oh,
We're actually
Yeah.
doing it.
We told him it's not long now.
We're gonna play the song as we. I want the last thing he hears.
I'm gonna release my held action, Path to the Grave. I'm marking him. I just want him to know. I'm like, come Bartholomew. It's time.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Hacker, come out. You got to see this.
tell me what happens.
So someone hands me the tiny boat,
There you go.
and I put it in his mouth. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put it so that the button is facing outward, and then I say, Karina, can you you have that little?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, here you go. And I hand her a pin.
No, wait.
Next
You
is
know what?
like-
You know what? Hold on.
next
Oh, wait,
is
I forgot. I forgot.
throat to help like loosen
storyteller.
it up.
Storyteller. Would you prefer us to hit the button or not? We need full
After.
size.
No, I
for the
forgot.
song.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right.
I forgot. We do the word
I was
first.
thinking that maybe when it expanded inside of his mouth, that one of his teeth would hit.
Perfect.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
That's collaborative storytelling. That's what that is.
I love her.
All right, Javi is going.
I would just say right before she does this, I just stop and look at Grath and I just say, none of this would have happened without you. So you are the greatest commander in the history of battle.
What?
Yeah.
Thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without any of us. Shall we, though? All
Nick
together?
is continuing to rub his throat to loosen it.
Yeah.
We'll put
Thank you,
peanut butter on the boat.
Exactly.
Starts to wake up a little bit.
Shall we all say it together?
Yes.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Shrimpkin!
Our battle cry.
I'm a boat. I got some crazy powers that you're gonna have to figure out. I'm a magic boat. I can take you anywhere you wanna go. On
In the
water,
water.
I can comfortably see 5. Shrink to 1/10 of my size. But you gotta know the magic word. And it's pretty hard to guess, or so I've heard. I'm a magic boat. You can order me to sail if you know how to do it. Yeah, I'm a boat. Come on, say the magic word. You know there's nothing to it. I could be your boat.
Flat.
I would just like to say, I look at the Lich and I look at Ganzerg and I walk up real close to him while he's still tied up and I say, look at my face. Look at my face. We're team 1 now.
I'm not sure we're gonna end our story.
If there's an epilogue, Javi at this moment is going to say, "Oh no, all the Minotaurs."
That could be where season 2 leads off. There's a bunch of Minotaurs.
We did it.
But you know, their tracksuits do have a big letter G on it, which also could stand for Gaxx, Pack, or Ganzerg. So
there we go.
Okay,
True.
well, we're hiring them.
Stand for
They're out of a job right now. So yeah, that could work out well. Yep.
That may have been the most excellent way.
This was a gift.
Let me thank everyone who donated really quick today. Cipher of Tear donated $60. Thank you.
Thank you. I know her.
BW Wright UK donated $30. Rogan 27 3,000 bits. Catch 23.
Thanks, Rogan.
Zerathon and On. Kaiju Moose. Wraithfey. And Sola. Breeks SV. Grayman RP. BW Wright UK. Denarian. Luke Gygax. Hey.
I know him too.
Eric Jackson. Vaxel Dagger, Lauren Landa gifted 5 subs. Hi Lauren. Eric Jackson gifted 6 subs. Stabigail the Kobold gifted 2 subs. Grayman RP gifted a sub. And we have a lot of resubs and subs. Shadow of Dragons resubbed. Corey C. Lind, Necromandico, Dun Quale and Sola, Grayman RP, and then we had some new subs today. Baron Fell 2016, G Smith 2344, and Sydney Slaughter. Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. You know, we started this as a 4-shot, and it became like a 9-month adventure. So,
Oh.
and
Baby
in all
are-
your shots.
Stop the
dungeon.
40 shot, baby. Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
It's a 40 shot.
I know. And we're gonna be back next year. So Gary Con is every March. It's at the end of March. So we will be setting something up. We don't have an exact date yet, but we'll be putting that together. We of course want to thank Gary Con and Gary Con Live, the channel, and Gary Con the convention, and Luke Gaxx, our producer KC, who's incredible, who really like drives the ship for us every week. Matt, KC, Everhart.
It's a magic ship.
And
a magic boat,
drives the
really.
magic boat.
We're being
Exactly.
honest, yeah.
And of course, our sponsors, Norse Foundry, Dwarven Forge, and Warriors of Waterdeep, and of course, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and Sirenscape, who sponsored us earlier, and everyone else that sponsored different episodes. Thank you guys so much. This has been, we never, like we said, we're gonna do like 3 or 4 episodes, and that's it, and then it just kept going and going and going, so we never really had a chance to breathe and put it together, and so for it to go as long as it has really been a testament to all the great players that we have, and the great staff,
and your great storytelling.
And your great story.
Yeah, Jason.
Oh, JCM.
I hide it with song.
Outlaw JCM. In fact, I'm just glad we literally blew that guy's head off with music. So that's
so
best
happy.
boss death I have ever seen.
Most
I was
fulfilling.
not expecting that.
That is
but
We
pretty
boated a
fantastic.
bard.
We boated a bard. Yeah, we
Boated
boated a
a
bard.
He boated a bard.
And that's okay.
I feel like as like the boat got big and he popped, and we're all just dancing in like little bits of like blood droplets, like Hacker's just like, you know what? Go ahead and take it, and just confetti.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Confetti. Confetti and blood, Gaxx Pack 2022.
But definitely there will be some things going on this channel, so your subs are not in vain. There are going to be other things happening on this channel before the Gaxx Pack comes back, all related to Gary Con and gaming in general, so be sure to look out for that. We will be making plenty of announcements on the date that we're starting back up again, so be sure to look out for that. It will be sometime in 2022, leading up to Gary Con again, kind of how we started. And with that, we'll go in backwards alphabetical order. Let everybody know where they can find you, what you're up to, what you're going to be doing for the next couple months. Since we're not doing the Gaxx Pack, we're taking the holidays off. Let's start with Vivka.
Hi.
Yeah, this was supposed to be 4 episodes, so I planned to do this makeup for 4 episodes. 9 months later, I have only missed 1 episode when I had my wisdom teeth out. Like 2 hours every morning. Wow, I am here for this.
And got a gnarly allergy at one point from experimenting with stuff too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A couple. And you know what? This recent one has taken 2 months to heal.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
But I am here and I am doing this. But anyway, hi, I'm Vivid Vivka. I have played Snacks. I absolutely love it. She is hands down my favorite D&D character. This is always so great. In fact, on TikTok, they're constantly asking me how my face doesn't hurt from smiling so much. Playing with you guys just makes me so happy that I'm just like, like all day. For the next couple months, I'm just going to be doing as I do, which is dressing up as weird, fun monster girls and making fun stuff, because this is kind of just what I do. You can find me on Twitter and also TikTok, where I upload lots of skits and everything. I have tons of skits of Snacks and everything. Excuse me. Same username, Vivid Vivka. Make sure you spell it right, because there's a lot of V's and a lot of I's. But yeah, this has been an honor and a pleasure. And thank you, everyone, for kobolds being kobolds. See you next year. I'll hopefully see you sooner. Go to my social media. Next person.
Eric Campbell.
My name is Eric Campbell. You can find me at 16-bit Eric across all the socials. I'm typically a game master. It's what I've been doing for the past 5 years, starting out for a Geek and Sundry and making my way through. My bestie Sam Delev and I started up our own little LLC called the Stream Punks, and we are currently running Spelljammer, which starts tomorrow. Actually, episode 1 airs tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Yeah, it starts tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on over on Q Times, and our new campaign, our new long-running campaign, is going to be launching sometime in January. I have been playing Leaf. This was a character that I literally just created and wrote a backstory for on Twitter, and it had a big response, and I was only expecting to play him for an episode or two. So it's been wild taking a character that was only designed for a single like one shot and like stretching it out. So and it's been an absolute blast. I'm so grateful to B Dave and to Jason for asking me to come play. As most of my followers know, I never get asked to come play. I'm always running games, always the GM, never the player. So it was lovely to finally be able to play some D&D for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. It's been great.
I think our conversation went something like this. Would you like to be a player on? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I don't have to.
That sounds lovely. Yes. Yeah.
So awesome. B Dave.
It is I, B. Dave Walters. I say words about things. You can find me all over the interwebs, wherever fine streaming content can be located. Too many things to mention. On Mondays is Demi Planer. In the mornings, Deborah Ann Wall's going to be on with me tomorrow. Maybe someone else that is on this very screen next week. Surprise! It's a Bria! We haven't announced that anywhere. So next week it's going to be a Bria. Monday nights is Trials of Mount Tiamat. Then Black Dice Society's Thursday. There's a bunch of stuff. LA by Night just wrapped up, so it's I'm having a lot of. Thank you.
What an amazing season.
Thank you. A lot of warm and fuzzies on the timeline right now. So just follow me at B. Dave Walters. I have a significant announcement that's got to be anytime now, the next week or two, that I'm doing a cool thing. So yeah, just stay tuned at B. Dave Walters.
We used to just always say congratulations, Dave, every week.
Yeah, just every week. We know. Whatever you're doing now, Dave, congratulations.
I appreciate.
Like, no, we just know.
No, this is a thing of scope and substance. So yeah, I'm super pumped. Yeah, and then thank you all. Like everybody said, I mean, everybody's covered that we didn't think we'd get to go this far. I didn't think my grumpy, terrible boy would be as bad as he turned out to be, and I kind of love it. So
now you have the Demonomicon.
Now I have the Demonomicon. Now I need to track down the Eye and Hand of Vecna, and we'll have something going on here. Yeah.
Field trip.
Yeah. Thank you all.
But I feel like Thanatos still has his bit of Thanato in him. So I just picture how sweet it is when you're tucking snacks in for bed and reading her bedtime stories from the Demonomicon.
The Demonomicon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Basically. Like, blood of the innocents.
I'm like, oh, there's pictures. Yeah, okay.
No, picture book. Don't show her the picture. She's gonna get all night.
Swirling madness. That's the pictures. Yes.
Ooh,
and thank you to JCM. Thank you to all of y'all. It's been a fun run.
Yeah.
Eliza Pearl.
Well, oh goodness, folks, this has been. I told Jason yesterday, I have so much fun playing in this campaign. So thank you for bringing me on, and thank you, Eric, for being like, hey, bring her on. And thank you, Jason, for bringing me on. I have a lot of stuff this fall. I run a D&D 5e campaign on Saturdays called Lords of Faerun. And so that's going to be running through the end of the year with a couple of we're taking a couple of weekends off for the holidays.
And you're executive producer on Stream Punks.
I am, yes. Oh, there's lots of Stream Punks updates. I will add to the ones that you gave. But let's see. Stream Punks. We've closed down our Klingon campaign, but you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. I know, sad face, but we now have a nice complete story, 14 sessions, I think, because we ran it monthly for over a year. You can watch the whole thing now. And that's called Blood of the Void. So just Google that, look for it on YouTube, and you can watch the whole thing.
Got a cool theme song.
It has an amazing theme song by an amazing singer. Game Master.
It is an amazing. You should go to YouTube and check out the intro. It's pretty rad. Jason did amazing with that intro song.
Our whole opening title, which Eric like creative directed, it's amazing.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah. And then also on Stream Punks now, I'm shifting over to run a monthly game that's for our private Discord, but any of you can join it if you support us on Coffee. It's called Metagame. It's a monthly game where we just rotate through different, mostly TTRPG games, and you might see some familiar faces on there. I just have a lot of games that I've been wanting to play forever, and now I get to do that.
Same.
Yes, and Eric and Sam are also running a monthly game that counters mine every other 2 weeks called They Rode on Wolf, and the first session was so dope. It was just amazing. I haven't gotten to tell you that yet. So it's a one-on-one session. It's amazing. You should watch that too. So also in November, I'm going to be running a 4-shot for the Calyx, which is Becca Scott's Call of Cthulhu ongoing anthology series. It's going to be set in 1940s Puerto Rico.
Nice. Oh, that's so unique. That's really cool.
I'm just super excited. Cool. I was like, I've had this idea for a long time. And finally, I was like, let's do this, please. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. And so that's going to be November. We haven't announced the dates yet, but soon we will. And then in December, I'm going to be playing another Tales of Zadia 3-shot on the Fandom Tabletop channel. And that's the Cortex system, which I have a lot of fun playing. And I think that's all my announcements. I have to write them all down.
And then in 2023, I'm going to be...
I was like, I almost started saying, I'm just winding down the year, so just a few things. And then I was like, that's not a thing.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you all so much for watching and for giving us fate points and for being so supportive and for tweeting us and everything. So it's just so delightful. Thank you.
Abria. Oh wait, sorry. I'm trying to go in reverse.
Adriana,
you're next. You have so many A's. We have A's and B's.
It's a good letter.
We jumped from
really
Z
good letter.
to E. You know what I mean? It's like, right.
Well, yes. Hi, my name is Adriana or Adriosa online. I mostly do like video game stuff on my own channel, but I am on some awesome shows like Gaxx and also Stall Jam. And that's going to be finally November 1st. You're going to see that. So
tomorrow.
Please go check it out on Q Times. But yeah, let's see, any big announcements? I mean, I guess follow me if you want to see some cool video game and TTRPG stuff. But also, I've been taking quite a bit of voice acting lessons recently, so be on the lookout for maybe a demo coming out next year.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's just like another thing. Let's see, what else did I want to? So probably the biggest thing that I'm going to be doing for D&D stuff is happening. I'm confirmed for it, and I'm going to announce it probably early next month, and it's really cool because I get to finally DM, and
hey,
so I have like all these ideas. I'm like making this world.
You're gonna get hooked.
Welcome to the club.
Just like all of us.
Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without you all, like, and your like encouragement and stuff. But
you're talking about D&D in a castle, right?
Yes.
Because you're on the site.
On the website.
We're gonna be there at
officially
the
announce
same
it yet,
time.
though,
Yeah,
but-
right. So that's right.
I cannot
it's
wait
a soft,
for that. It's
soft
like
launch. Soft launch. Yeah.
yeah, a soft launch. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I'm gonna announce for now. It's been a pleasure doing the show. This has been the best show and the best crew, y'all. So much fun. Thank you for your support, everybody, and for making this 4-episode thing into this amazing epic adventure. So thank you again, everyone.
Okay, officially now my face hurts from smiling.
Now I'm like, it happened.
That's it. We hit the limit. We hit the limit.
Abria, let us know what you're up to.
Hi, everyone. I'm Abria Iyengar. You can follow me on social media at Quiddy, Quiddie. It's so wild that we started this before all the big announcements came out, and now I could be like, hey, they came out, they exist, so please go check out my run of Exandria Unlimited over on Critical Role's channel, which was always going to be a stealth intro for Campaign 3, so now it's required viewing. So go watch it if you haven't. We also just dropped the 3rd episode in our 3-shot for the Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood crossover. It was really fun.
Liam did so good.
He did so good. It was
he should run games more often.
He's an amazing gamer.
He did great. Yeah.
So go check that out. Also, I'm over on Dimension 20 a lot. We just finished up a campaign called The Seven, where I was a player. I also ran a game called Misfits in Magic, which I'm hyping for a very specific reason that I can't talk about. But if you haven't watched it, you should. And I'll leave it there. Cool announcements coming down the pipeline and things I can't talk about. But I can talk about I don't know. It's not November yet. Tomorrow. So on November 12th, for Roll20Con, I am running like a preview, a first look at D&D's Strixhaven campaign.
Yes.
So check that out. It's very good.
Owl folk.
Look, Owlin are so cute. And I just love running a magical school. That's apparently my lane.
I gotta say,
really great. It's really great.
MTG, bringing the MTG universe into D&D has been something I've wanted ever since I started playing Magic in '96. And this is before Wizards owned D&D. So like, it's just, this was the smartest thing. I'm so excited about Strixhaven. It is such a rad setting. I am so excited about it. It's so cool.
So good.
It's really good.
Yeah, we tried to explore as much of it as we could in the 3-shot. It's mostly shenanigans, but go check that out when it drops. What am I missing? I'm missing something. It doesn't matter.
So many
Social
NDAs.
media. Goodbye.
So many NDAs.
Yeah.
Also get your Fizzbins now that I have to flex the collector's edition. Yeah. Get your Fizzbins. It's delightful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the last one to go. I'm Jason Charles Miller. You can find me on Twitch many days a week. There's my Twitch channel right there. For me, this has been so much fun, and I love the group. I look forward to it every week, and I'll be looking forward to seeing all of you again next year. It's going to be really, really great, and I can't thank you enough for letting me sort of bring in my own style and humor to the whole thing. When hobgoblins are walking down the road and they've got their own song to sing.
We are the gnomes.
The gnomes. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll do an album of that. But I will be in D&D in a castle next year. I'll also be at I'll be in the UK this December. I'm going on an acoustic tour. I'm playing 5 shows in England and 3 shows in Scotland. So check my website for that, and come say hi. It's an interesting time for people that play music live. So
you have a new album.
I know. I was waiting for it. Like, don't forget.
From the Wreckage Part 2 is what it looks like. If you want an autographed copy, order it off my website, or just listen to it on any streaming service that you like. And boy, once again, I've already thanked everybody, but thank you again, and thanks to Luke for letting us do this, and we can't wait to see everybody at GaryCon. I think all of us will be there, or most of us will be there, so we'll have to do a bunch of events there too, and can't wait for that. And I guess everyone have a great holiday season.
Happy Halloween!
Yes.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Halloween!
This is Halloween. This
is legally distinct.
Legally distinct Halloween song.
And you will see the Gaxx Pack next year. So have a great rest of the year, everybody. We're gonna raid Tabletop Notch, and everyone have a great Halloween tonight.
And just remember, kids, baby got Gaxx.
Baby got Gaxx. LA face with the end of booty.
LA face.
None unless it's Gaxx. Good. Got Gaxx. I couldn't. It was